spoiler! Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up, what up, what up, what up? This is your boy, KL, Kid Lewis, on the mic, on the podcast, on the Norm. You know how we do, We here live. And we finna get lit. Because today, out of all days, before I say what the subject is, give a warm applause to brother number 3, Captain Kilimanjaro.
The big 3, baby. Bro. You already know what it is.
I know. We've been asking people, who's the big 3?
We are the big 3.
We're the big 3.
We're the big 3.
We're the big 3, bro.
For those of y'all who didn't know that answer, you know it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Now you know it.
Now you know. Demon.
Like that.
Anyways, like I was saying, today we're going to jump into the subject. It's a well-known show. It's a well-known anime and very popular video game.
Right.
Everybody has either heard of it, played it, watched it at some point in their lives.
Oh, yeah.
We had many people that want to jump on this podcast just to speak on this subject.
I know. I wish we could have them all.
Everybody.
On,
that would be pretty dope. That would have been pretty dope. But that would have been so many fucking voices back and forth.
Yeah.
And of course, I am talking about the newest release on Netflix, Devil May Cry. DMC, baby.
DMC, bro.
DMC. Say it one more time with me, X. DMC.
We're shooting with style points today.
Yes, sir.
Podcasting with style points.
Oh, my God.
Also, on this episode, we're going to be talking about a new Ghost in the Shell anime.
Ooh.
Updates on the Death Stranding movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the Toei company is partnering with a South African company in hopes to widen its international markets.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah, and you're going to like what they're producing as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave us a like. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, remember to leave us 5-star reviews with that compliment sandwich. There are going to be time codes below.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, bro, you already eating, bro, so you already know it's 5-star Michelin, dog.
Right?
Just give me 5 stars.
Give us some 5 stars on the Michelin.
Okay, blue, eh?
All right. So first, in the realm of anime. So company Science Saru, producers of the Scott Pilgrim anime that we watched, and I wrote a whole episode for, and then last minute Lewis was like, I don't think I have anything really to say about it.
Nah, bro.
About what?
Scrap it, bro.
Yeah, you're not paying attention, bro.
What? I just heard my name.
I'm airing out grievances on this podcast, bro. I'm charged, bro. Today.
What did you say?
Ready.
Repeat
I'm
that
ready.
one more time. Bring that back.
This is
Bring
the
that
intervention. You didn't even know it.
back. I didn't even know I was part of the intervention, but go ahead.
Yeah, you're part of the podcast.
I know.
You know, you're part of that. Science Saru,
Okay.
producers of the Scott Pilgrim anime
Yeah.
that you and I had watched.
We watched.
And I wrote an episode for, I think I wrote a review. I think
It was supposed to be a review.
It was supposed to be a review. I wrote a whole review for it. And like last minute, Lewis was like, I don't have anything to say.
Bro.
And then he just gave me his whole review over the phone while I was out at dinner. And I was just like, fine, we won't do an episode on it. We don't have to do an episode on it.
I mean, I don't think we missed out.
I think so. We missed out because I wrote an episode for it. We missed out because
I missed out.
I put the energy. I put the work.
Yeah. I had like things to say and
No, there was something else in play, bro. Don't try to put it on me. I know there was something else in play.
there might have been
bro.
something else. There might have been a full moon or something.
Yeah,
but,
there was something else in play with that.
so
But
Science Saru, they did the Scott Pilgrim anime.
Vehicular retrograde is activated.
But more recently, they did the Dandadan.
yes.
So they announced and teased shots from their new anime series, Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, they're going to Ghost in the Shell too.
Have
Ghost
you
in the
guys
Shell.
ever seen the anime?
So I was going to ask you guys. I haven't seen the anime. So I wanted to ask you guys how you felt about Ghost in the Shell, because there's 2 movies and 2 seasons of an anime. What do you think of it? And obviously a manga.
I saw the anime. I didn't see it like all, but I think where I started watching it was Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody starts there, right? Adult Swim.
Right.
Ghost in the Shell. That anime was pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole series, so I might be jumping episodes just because it's Adult Swim kind of situation.
Right.
But I did see the live action movie with Scarlett Johansson.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't like terrific, but it wasn't like Dragon Ball Evolution bad.
Right. It wasn't offensive.
It wasn't offensive. I liked
when,
it.
when anime video or anime movies used to be offensive.
No,
Right.
it was pretty good. How about you, Fred?
Pretty much the same boat, to be honest. I just watched different bits and pieces from the
Adult Swim?
Toonami. Yeah.
Or Toonami? No, it was too much for Toonami.
Was it? I mean, it was
a little.
It was like a blend. It was like a sect of Toonami because it's still anime. You know what I mean?
It is anime.
Right.
So-
Yeah, I mean that's what Toonami was into. They were doing anime into Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the later it got, that's when you would see Ghost in the show. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Yeah.
she was
Like
fine,
that,
though.
that-
She was a baddie.
Yeah, in the anime or,
In the anime
or
and with Scarlett Johansson. Both. They were both baddies, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
He ain't exactly wrong.
So I wanted to show you guys, and we'll have our editor-in-chief Oscar put it in the video version. But this is what they teased. This is going to be the animation style. You can see
Kind of looks
I
old
did see a little
school.
bit.
kind of old school, like new school, old school, kind of
Yeah,
like the
new-
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
Retro
yeah.
futurist.
Yeah, a little bit retro futurist. I mean, that's appropriate for Ghost in the Shell.
You know what I'm saying?
So
That's one thing I loved about it the most is just the style of it.
Yeah.
So nice, bro.
Yeah,
A lot of those 90s, 80s, 90s animes, I just love the artwork on that. It's just incredible to me. I'm not going to lie. Like now is amazing too, but I don't know.
Well, when we did our Megalobox episode, it was animated like that on purpose. It's a new anime. It came out in 2018, but
right.
it looks so old.
Right.
So they might even be do something like that with this. So, I'm looking forward to it. And I think we will probably do an episode on it where we will watch it and, do a whole biz on it. Well,
probably.
I'll watch it and then you guys can come on here and,
like whatever you
Did you
want
hear that,
to.
Luke? You heard-
Yeah,
Kid Louis.
I'm hearing you, bro. No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
All right. So next, in the realm of video games.
So good, so good, so good.
Great gifts for mom? We've got them. And they're up to 60% off at Nordstrom Rack stores now.
You know they have Marc Jacobs?
Gotta show mom some love.
That is so good.
Snag amazing deals on Mother's Day gifts from Barefoot Dreams, Kate Spade New York, and more. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
So Deadline reported that Michael Sarnowski,
Okay.
Sarnowski, the director of Pig with Nicolas Cage. Have you seen that movie, Pig?
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I know about
It's
it.
good. I watched it for our Cage-a-Palooza. Me and my homeboy, we watched Nicolas Cage movies, and that was a really good one.
Cage-a-Palooza.
And he also directed A Quiet Place Day One. So he will be directing the film adaptation of Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding game. So I wanted to ask you guys, have you seen Quiet Place 1, 2, or the Day One?
I love it, bro.
Solid,
Quiet Place,
yeah.
1 and 2 and Day 1.
You seen it?
I've seen all three of them.
It's good?
My
It holds
kids
up
are
all the way
like freaking big fans, bro.
Really?
Big fans.
It's not too scary for them?
No, they like it because the aliens look like the thing from Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called? What they called?
The Demogorgon.
The Demogorgons. That's what they look like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they love it. They love it, bro. And I fell in love with the first one because I like the dynamic of it just being quiet,
Right.
but playing with the fear of noise.
Right.
Right.
Using it, they talk
Yeah.
next to a waterfall or whatever.
Yeah.
Walking on the sand.
Walking on sand,
Yeah.
just being super careful about any type of noise they make. And then like the 2 was really good too.
Yeah.
I like 2.
Okay.
I don't think 2 was better than 1, but it
No.
wasn't a bad sequel. Like
Right.
it wasn't bad. And then
Okay.
for Day 1, Day 1.
Yeah.
It was alright.
It was I.
It was alright, but
Mm.
what I do give it is it gave more information about the aliens.
It was a prequel, so
It was a prequel, but they talked more about like,
The
where
world.
they came from
The lore.
originally,
Yeah.
why are they attacking the humans and how do they reproduce if they do reproduce, I know that they talk, which is spoilers, which I don't think spoilers, but they don't have stomachs. So technically they don't eat the humans. They just kill the humans.
They spit
So
them out,
we're not-
Attack on Titan style.
Yeah. So they're not eating us or killing us for
Nutrition. Or
nutrition purposes.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. Well, I mean, he did that a Quiet Place Day One. So he's gonna be doing this new Death Stranding. So here's a quote from Hideo Kojima before I get off of that. So he says, "There are a lot of game adaptation films out there, but what we are creating is not just a direct translation of the game. The intention is that our audience will not only be fans of the games, but our film will be for anyone who loves cinema. we are creating a Death Stranding universe that has never been seen before, achievable only through the medium of film. It will be born.
Wow, that's actually a cool statement. Like,
Bro, it's Hideo Kojima.
Oh, it's
It could be
Kojima,
done.
bro.
It's Kojima,
It's Kojima, bro.
bro.
He's the master,
I'm
bro.
the only one that can do this.
It's always me.
So my last question for that is, out of like Metal Gear, Snatcher, and all of his other works, is there anything that you think that they should turn into a movie?
I mean, I kind of always wanted a Metal Gear movie, bro.
And any one of them, or
like, I don't know, because you can make. I mean, the easiest thing to do would be 3.
Three?
You know, you could do all of them though. Like you could pick any Metal Gear Solid game. You could make.
Well, because they're out of order, right? Aren't they? Some of them, or are they
yeah.
all in order?
No. 3 is 1.
3 is
So
1,
similar to our current piece here.
Okay.
And that's 3. I think it's 3, 1, 2, and then 4. If it's not 3, 2, 1, 4. But either way.
Okay, so yeah, that probably would go. It probably worked best, yeah, chronologically. I know, like even when they did the Star Wars episodes, they weren't in order. They weren't out of order when they first came out.
Yeah.
It was just like, here is what it is, and then they did prequels.
Yeah. I was about to say they just built upon it.
Right, backwards.
Right. I mean,
So, and then there's also Death Stranding 2 on the Beach sequel that is slated to release on PS5 in June 26th. So we'll be on top of that, doing what we do with that. And then last, in the realm of movie.
What's up?
This is a good one for you
Movie
guys.
time.
So the studio that produces Kamen Rider, Toei, so they will be producing / co-producing a live action film called Yasuke, Way of the Butterfly.
Oh, so samurai
movie. So they describe it as a historical epic, but it is trying to also tell a faithful yet entertaining story of Yasuke.
So they're trying to do him right.
Trying to do him right. I mean, like we said,
I know they did the Yasuke on the Netflix one.
The Yasuke and the Netflix, and if you listen to our Afro Samurai episode, I kind of tear it apart a little bit, but I wasn't really watching it either.
Yeah.
So, but Yasuke has been getting a lot of play.
Well, between that and Assassin's Creed, and I think that's mainly why
have you had a chance
they're
to play
touching
it?
on this.
That was my question, bro.
I do want to.
You didn't want to?
I probably am going to.
You were very skeptic. You were very skeptical.
The thing is, bro,
this?
I haven't heard. I think I might actually,
for it.
because I was already gonna play. I was planning on making a series out of Mirage, anyways. So
Okay.
I think so. The thing is, bro, I haven't heard anything bad about it.
Right.
Like, at
But
all.
is that hype though?
I don't think so.
It should
No.
be the hype should be dying down.
No, but like, so when a new thing comes out, new things are hype, bro. When something comes out,
Yeah,
that's
it's hype,
new.
but usually when it starts dying down, that's when the truth comes out. You know
Because the
what I
thing
mean?
is,
Oh, you think-
yeah, between that and then like how long? Because think about how long it's supposed to have been out. How many times they pushed it back? Like,
That's why you were skeptical at first.
right?
Yeah.
And
But
just
I was just joking. But I was like, maybe it's 3 times as better because this took 3 times as
Times-
long to get here.
well, because that was the point I was gonna make. Is like for as long as it has been pushed back, nobody has said that it wasn't worth them pushing it back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. It might actually be worth it. Not
Okay.
gonna lie.
Check it out, bro. Check
Yeah.
it out. Let us know.
So it's going to be co-produced by the same South African-based company that made Silverton Siege on Netflix. Have you seen that? Silverton Siege? Our editor Oscar will put a trailer of it, but it's basically these bank robbers that go and they try to rob a bank, but they're not really robbing a bank. They're holding it hostage until they free Nelson Mandela.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Seen it.
I saw the trailer for it, when I was doing research for this, and it looks kind of fucking fire. So and
What is it? Is it like a normal show or is
It's
it
a
like
live-action
anime?
movie.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Live
okay.
action movie.
That's why I didn't hear.
well, it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original because you know how Netflix makes like a bunch of shit, bro.
I know.
But
Is it really original? I think we talked about this. Like, is it really original?
so they bought it or whatever, but it was a South African based company that made it.
Yeah.
Mm,
So now Netflix is international, so they're trying to they let a bunch of people do a bunch of shit.
right.
But I mainly bring it up also because of Japan's declining population, the big companies out there like Toei and just all the big companies out there, they're looking to expand their focus to overseas markets because they're not getting enough from their home base to sustain their big production.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I had a friend or whatever who went to Japan and talked to some people out there
Boom.
who was like that. It's they're declining because their population is declining. Where all over the
Yeah.
world, it's the opposite.
Going up, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're worried that their declining populations isn't going to be able to feed their new up and coming project, like across Japan. Like they have a steady amount of old people there that remain to be old, but they don't watch movies like that. They don't watch Kamen Rider. They don't buy action figures, you know? So,
That's true.
it's kind of like that right now with Japan. So I'm kind of, bittersweet or whatever, but I'm kind of glad that they're partnering, especially because
bro.
just Japanese companies, they kind of,
Do it right.
they do it right.
They
And I don't
do
want
it
to sound like a weeb
right,
or whatever,
bro.
but
No,
when
who
like
cares?
they
do it right.
I was just saying, because you have to
They
be
care about
objective.
their craft, bro.
They care about their craft.
Yes,
So
bro.
They,
I'm
they
glad
put
that they're-
dedication and time into
that
it.
they're going to like other stuff, other people and partnering, just
Yeah.
like how they are,
No, they care about their craft, man. They care about what they're putting in together, what they put together. Like
Yeah.
it's they're not like American. Like, hey, how cheap and quick can we put this out?
I know.
That's
So,
why-
but on the other scale, I also don't want them to maybe like try to pimp their stuff out to where then the quality declines just because they are
Right.
trying to like meet more people.
Yeah.
So and we talk about it in a different episode about the Zelda movie that's coming out. So
Only time will tell.
they're
Bro.
partnering with Sony on that. So we'll just see how it comes out.
Sooner or later, we'll be international.
No,
Our shit will be
Yeah.
translated in different language: German,
Right.
Indian,
Right.
Chinese, Korean.
you know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine us sounding like somebody voicing us in Korean?
Right? Who would they pick the voice?
I think that'd be pretty funny, bro.
We probably
Like-
have to be in charge of that, Loki.
Yeah, that'd be
Nah,
pretty
I
dope.
doubt it, bro.
No,
Because
No,
Mr.
bro.
Beast does that to his YouTube videos. He has like a
Yeah,
person
translators.
that translates it
Oh,
in like
does he?
all different languages, and then that's why he has like Mr. Beast Spanish, Mr. Beast
Oh,
different, so that he
yeah.
generates like mad money just from like diversity.
So if we were doing it, then yeah. But if it got bigger than us, I don't know if we were.
That was pretty quick with the news, bro.
Yeah. I mean, bring. Oh, you want?
Oh, bring it. Let's talk about a little bit before we jump into DMZ, baby. Switch 2.
Which two? Bro?
I know it was announced. It was announced. Price, the hardware, software, the whole thing was announced. The games that are going to be coming out with it. What do you guys think? What is your honest opinion?
I'm gonna set the precedent here.
Go ahead.
So, all right,
Okay, go ahead.
shut the fuck up.
Who?
All of yous.
Who?
All of yous that are sitting
saying
here
good things, saying
bitching,
bad things,
moaning, crying about there's no way I'm gonna buy a Switch for $450, $500, bro. You know how fucking stupid you sound?
Yeah, that's stupid, bro. That was
You
like one of
paid
my biggest concerns.
$700 for a fucking
What?
PlayStation.
You paid $700.
Well, no,
for a
I
fucking
didn't either.
PlayStation.
But beside the point,
We talked about this when we did one of the filler episodes. We talked about the PlayStation price and how it was a little too pricey, bro.
yeah, bro. But
so
that
is the Switch too.
That's the staple, bro.
That's the problem. You're letting it beat the staple instead of raising your voice, and you're just telling people to shut the fuck up,
Bro,
So you're
because-
good with the price.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You're
because
good
what
with
else
it.
are you gonna do?
No, you fucking bully them into dropping the price.
No, bro, no, hell no.
You sound like
I'm gonna tell you
if
why.
we didn't bully for them to change Sonic would have been the worst fucking adaptation.
That
movie
makes
ever.
sense, but I'm gonna tell you why you can't
We
do
have
that to the
bully
Switch.
them, bro.
Nintendo's not gonna have it, bro.
Well,
We already talked about this on the
we'll
podcast
stick to
too.
the first Switch, bro. We'll stick with the first
Nintendo
one.
is a household name for
We'll
literal
stick
decades.
with the first
bro.
one, then, bro. Fuck that
So
shit, bro.
They had asked.
They had me. As soon as they told me the price, I said, "What the fuck am I buying, bro?"
A 4K Switch, bro.
It's 4K when you dock it.
Yeah.
But when it's handheld, it's not even OLED. If you would have gave me OLED for that price, I
Is
would have
it
been like,
OLED?
I would have justified it.
Yeah, you think so?
If they would have said, you know what, moving on forward, all our Switch is gonna be OLED,
Right.
but they're gonna start at $399. Or if you get the Mario Kart with it, $449, I would have been okay, fine. At least it's OLED.
Right.
At least it's OLED.
And the battery,
They give
bro.
you 4K, bro.
And the battery. I heard the battery's worse than the Switch.
because it
is.
takes more performance, bro.
But still, bro, it's only 4K when you dock it.
Yeah.
How many times do you have your dick?
How many times do I have my
How
dick
many
dog?
times
I don't know. I mean,
do
you know,
you
it
dock
depends on
your
who you
dick,
ask,
bro?
I guess. You know what I mean?
How many times do you dock your Switch?
I mean, bro, I like playing on the TV on my Switch, bro. I don't know.
But
to be fair, it's been a long time since I've had one.
I do what I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I do what I
But
can,
majority of the time,
I'm
it's
playing
a
it
handheld device. So
Yeah.
unless it's running 4K in your hands,
Right.
I mean, yeah.
then you know what I mean.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
But that's what I'm saying. So I can't justify the price, bro. I just can't justify it. I mean, it's cool that you made it bigger.
Yeah.
The screen itself is still like, yes, it's bigger. What is it, like 7.5
The
inches?
screen is a little bigger,
but
yeah.
you still have that black fucking back like outline, and I hate that.
Yeah. You hate
They
it?
took it away when they did the OLED. OLED is just all screen,
Yeah.
all fucking screen. Give me that all fucking screen.
They're
You don't,
going
you
to,
don't like
bro.
the Game Boy look? How it's like it's a screen. You don't like it
The
to look
square
like
in the screen?
That's why I prefer the OLED.
Because I mean, it looks kind of like
Because
black
it
There's
just
mirror.
looks
gonna
nicer.
be there's gonna be more variation. Bro.
There
You know what I
is,
mean?
but the fact is that if I'm gonna, I'd rather wait until the OLED comes out.
This
But then
is
the OLED's gonna come out. It's gonna be what? $499 or more,
Probably
like an extra
like-
$100 more.
Right.
So right now we're looking at $500, bro. That's
Bro.
crazy. I'm sorry, bro, but that's crazy.
I don't know, bro. I can't be mad at. I'm more mad at the game price than the
And the
system
game price.
That, for
Mario
sure.
World Kart,
Yeah.
$80 fucking dollars.
That's crazy. Yes, I will say that.
That's
you know,
that's some
the
fucking-
game I do not condone. That is bullshit.
But what if Grand Theft Auto comes out at $80?
That's a problem though,
For standard.
because if Nintendo's gonna do that, then that means then Rockstar's gonna be like, well, then yeah, we're gonna fucking do that, because if they can do it, we can do it.
No, I would think Rockstar would even raise up the price. Well, if they can do a Mario Kart, which is not really like a
You can't even get out the fucking car, bro. Like, yeah, you can drive around the world or
You
whatever.
drive around the
but
world.
you-
It's open world.
It's the
Cool.
open world in your fucking car. You
But
can't even.
I
step
bet
out
you the
car.
amount of hours and
What, am I gonna pump
manpower
gas?
they put in.
Kind of for $80.
I better be able to. Mario better come out, fucking pump his own gas.
they
Like,
right.
changes on flat tires.
flat, yeah, we
Oh
better
my
get
God.
flats in there too, bro. Something for $80.
crazy.
But if Rockstar does come out with when it comes out with GTA 6, I wouldn't be surprised if they charge $100.
They have to put all
Or
of
even
Florida
more.
in that game, bro.
Think about how much man hours they put into that game. Way much more than fucking Mario Kart. That's for sure.
It doesn't
Whoa,
justify
whoa,
it even
whoa.
then, though.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. And I can tell you, because we've had GTA 5 on 3 different generations of consoles, bro.
And people still buy it. People still
Yeah.
fuck with it, bro. It's still
There's no
a fucking
way.
great ass
No way.
game. Even
It
if
is
they
good.
came out, if the game was $150, I would still buy it.
No,
GTA?
hell no.
I would still buy it.
No,
That's
I
hell no.
would still fucking buy it.
Hell
Because you
no.
know you're getting your money's worth.
Wow.
No,
So you don't-
I don't know that.
so you-
If you know that,
No,
So hold on, hold on.
it's GTA, bro.
Hold on, let me-
How at this point, if they haven't proven to you that they can make a whole fucking game,
Let me mediate.
And
Let me mediate. this
GTA.
time.
Okay, well,
Come
go
on,
ahead,
bros.
bro.
This is the
'cause-
most right now that Fred and Lewis has talked on this podcast, and they did in the past 3 episodes. So you're saying you'll pay $150 for GTA 6?
I'm saying I would pay $150.
Kid
Because I
Lewis
for
is saying
sure as
that he'll
fuck
pay
won't.
for that,
I would pay $150.
but you won't pay $80 for Mario.
No, I
Kart
won't
because
pay
you feel
Mario
like
Kart.
You won't get your money.
I'm not getting my money's worth. I paid $60 for the last Mario Kart, and I feel like I don't get my money's worth. I'm
really.
waiting, and then you got to pay more to
You
get
get
the
the
DLCs
and-
for the
yeah.
new roads,
right.
for
Yeah.
the new tracks.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, bro? I already paid you enough.
Why do they? You know, I
So
will
what
say,
now? 80 plus what? Later, another $20 more for the DLC. So now we're looking at 100.
Because a couple things that did piss
For
me
the
off about
game.
that. I know, for the game, the Switch 2 ports of the same games that are
Oh,
coming out already,
Yeah,
they don't include DLCs, and you got to pay like full price for them,
$80 or
like the normal price, but still,
Oh,
bro,
okay,
like
okay.
just for
Yeah.
the ports on the new, nah, bro. That, and then they have like an interactive thing that tells you all about the Switch, making you pay like $20 for that shit when they know it should be free.
Nintendo has sold cardboard to people.
Yeah, bro.
They did.
I know. I have a few of them.
It's prime example.
You know?
But then I'm also hearing that some of the cartridges that they're gonna sell might not come with the game.
They're key cards,
They're just key cards for you to put it and then download the game.
right?
Do you imagine that?
They don't give you.
But do you imagine paying $80 for a key card to allow you to download the game to your system?
It's more or less the same thing that's happening right now.
No,
It's
but you know how I
just
feel
like
about that, bro.
I know. I mean, I feel the same, but it's not.
They're tricking you into being like, we gave you something physical. It's like,
no,
no,
I mean
they
that
didn't.
is what it is, though.
They didn't. It's
the
like
same
Wukong. It's like if I bought the disc version and all they're telling me is like, well, the disc gives you the key
Well,
entrance to download the game.
That's what's different
What
about
the
it.
fuck?
That's what's different about it because
What the
it does
fuck? At
prevent
that point,
that.
like what? So just to have the disc and the artwork, that's it.
Yep.
With no game in it.
Yep.
So
if you wanted to be like, hey, Xavier, you want to play Mario Kart? Here's the cartridge. Would it not work for him because I used the key code
I think
once?
so.
Right.
Yeah.
So then there's no sharing games anymore.
Because remember, they were trying to do that with the PlayStation or the Xbox as well. They were trying to run that.
That's what the Xbox, and that's why the Xbox failed. That's why Sony managed to pull a heads up on Xbox because they were making fun of that. Like, oh, with us, you can share any time of the day.
Literal sharing.
Literally, yeah.
Literal sharing, yeah.
You don't got to be plugged into the internet.
They say it now, but
At
then
all.
then they'll go back on it, bro.
Hard.
Netflix did the same thing, bro. They posted sharing is caring, and now
it's
but now they realize that only
Fuck you, pay me.
only 3 guys were sharing the same Netflix account with the rest of the world, and they're like, nah, no more sharing.
They did say that they were going to give friend codes, though. Like when you get the game or whatever,
Oh, really?
they would give you, and the other person wouldn't have to buy the game. So they did say that, but I mean, it doesn't really,
Until they don't want to.
Sounds
Until
like
they
the
don't
game
want to
is
do it.
$40 then if you split it with the homie.
Yeah, man, come on, bro, we go half
Yeah, let me get the friend code, bro.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Nah, to me, the price is crazy. The system
It is a
itself.
little outrageous.
And I was kind of thinking, like, I know we talked about the Nintendo Switcheroo, like how crazier the next
Well,
one's
there was
gonna
a
be.
game that they have that you can like. It's like you're playing in a.
Nobody's gonna fuck with that.
Oh,
bro.
yeah, it was
playing in the
good.
wheelchair.
The mouse.
Yeah,
The mouse.
And you gotta-
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though. The mouse.
Is it?
Yeah, man. Because you
I
get
don't
that
see-
kind of
I
experience.
see people using it for like maybe the first couple of days, and then it's gonna be gone. It's
Nah,
gonna be
bro.
gone.
It
bro.
just
But
depends on
that's
the game.
that's a Nintendo thing, though. That's a Nintendo. They have
It
those
is a
fucking little
Nintendo
gimmick things that
Right,
like reels
right.
you in for a little bit, but then like people don't use it.
I think
Right.
it's cool.
What do you think about the magnetic instead of it being like a clip-on thing?
I think that's a good idea, too.
How about the online aspect of it? How now you can play online and
I mean,
like,
online. I mean, I think it's
camera.
good because you got to buy the camera.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
look at
that.
we're
Nintendo
adding
knows
too
what
much,
they're
bro.
doing, bro.
This is getting too expensive, bro.
I do like the camera idea though.
It is. I mean,
but the camera's crappy, bro. Did you
it's
not see?
It's not great. Yeah, the
No.
quality's
It's
not great.
horrible quality, bro.
And actually, I was kind of pissed off about it, and I was.
When
I was
2025,
mad.
giving me
Can I put
fucking
my own camera?
320p.
No, I don't think so.
320p, bro. That's the resolution of the fucking
Because I
camera.
thought that the Switch wasn't going to be 4K because of how that.
I got a lot to say.
Right. I'm about to say
Go
no,
ahead,
but
We just have Devil May Cry, bro.
right. No, but
'Cause
I
I have
was
a lot
gonna
to
say,
say about
fucking. Oh, me too, bro. Trust me, I'm a geek about that shit. But no, I was just gonna say that like I thought the Switch wasn't gonna be 4K because of how bad the
Camera
camera
was.
quality was,
Right,
and I was just like, no way they're gonna charge all this money for a Switch that's not 4K. Bro.
right. That's
the only
that's
qualm I
Skype
had with
quality.
yes,
That was
bro.
horrible quality, bro. When I saw that shit, I was like, "What? Why would they?
What is this bullshit?
Might as well just take out the camera, bro. I don't even know why you added that aspect.
So they-
to
I
it.
do like the game chat though.
They asked one of the developers, like, "Oh, what do you say to the people that says that the Switch 2 is going to be too expensive?" He's like, "Well, then just get a Switch 1, bro.
to be
Just
honest,
buy a Switch 1."
And I will.
Yeah.
And I will. At this point, I might as well, bro. I feel like the OLED would still be a better version than the Switch 2.
The only reason I will
Okay.
get a Switch 2 is because,
Did you get all the games, bro?
well, I mean, yes, but no, that's not why. I could tell you because I played, well, like I said, I had the Pokemon Switch when it came out. And I got the Pokemon game. Bro, it did not run good.
No.
It did not run good, bro. Not at all. And it was a great game, a great concept, but the hardware could not keep up with the game. So I was like, yeah, no, a 4K Switch was the only thing I was actually asked for. And that's what it is.
No, man. For me, resolution doesn't really matter because I kind of immerse this, but I kind of have bad eyes anyway. But
It's all about the seamlessness of it for me. Not so much how it looks, but how
well,
it
the games I
moves.
play are not even that intense. Like I like Switch games
Well, yeah.
because they're kind of low maintenance. They're kind of like low bar to entry. But when they said that they're gonna do the GameCube collections,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
that was
That
the
was
next
dope.
bit. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
that's
Yeah.
pretty dope. And we were talking about with Snail on the Pokemon episode about why don't they bring Pokemon Coliseum back?
Coliseum.
Why don't they bring
Well,
back
now they
Pokemon
will.
XD? Now they
Hey,
will.
bro,
Jeez.
imagine playing Billy Hatch on Switch 2. bro. Revel.
Well, it had its moments, but I do feel like the price is going to be a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
in
I do
general.
also want to interject. It might be, I don't know, because I did hear a lot of different things. And
And
some
with
of the
tariffs right now?
staples. I think that actually might be a part of it.
What?
I think that might be why it's
But
so
they
high off
didn't
top.
say that when they interviewed
didn't
the
say
guy.
that.
He had the chance to be like, "Well, tariffs. That's why the price." And then everybody would have been like, "Okay, I see."
But it's a smart play
Well, I
to
don't know,
not
'cause-
say that.
Well, I don't know because there's a lot of Japanese exclusive stuff that's like a lot less. Like
Well-
Japanese only Switch is like $50 to $100 less.
Oh my god, yes, bro. All
And it's getting delayed.
If that's a possibility, I'm gonna.
The Switch 2 is
Get
getting
one.
delayed for America.
Why?
We can't even pre-order it.
Well, the pre-order delay.
The pre-order
they haven't delayed the actual date yet. Canada, however, got a delay on their actual release date.
Oh wow!
So,
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we get it too, bro.
well, the
on the
thing
release
is,
date.
Vietnam, like a third of all
I
their
saw that.
consoles are in Vietnam.
Yeah.
They're having the Vietnam consoles shipped like now.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Oh.
so that they don't get hit with the tariffs. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I don't know. A lot
So
of things are in the
then,
air
so
right
basically, do you think it's better to get it now and then maybe not wait because we don't know the future? You feel me? So in the future, the price can hype up, and it just be like it's just the tariffs. Like y'all should have gotten it when we got Vietnam to send it. ASAP.
I think
Yeah, you should have copped the copy right there and then when it was cheaper. Now y'all have to pay the higher price.
I think it's
That's
gonna
what you
be,
get, motherfuckers, for not shutting the fuck up. That's what Freddie said. Y'all should have shut the fuck up and just bought it.
Hey, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't do financial advice. I don't tell you how to live your life. Okay,
I'm gonna hold
No,
off just
but-
because I just got the OLED.
I feel that.
I also just found my Switch One
Oh, my
today,
God.
so
That's
No, I'm
hilarious.
holding off. If I'm gonna buy the Switch 2, I just want to do
The only I'm thinking is gonna be another PS5 scenario. I think it's gonna be another. Well, they're limited because we can't get the chips. You know, we're not losing the chips in the harbor, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, for different reasonings, I think it might be a similar thing. Like they're gonna keep making them. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be fine eventually. You know, we're still gonna get the special editions because ZA is coming out later on or whatever. So, which holiday season is
We're higher price
I'm
once
saying.
tariff starts hitting. Unfortunately.
$800 for the special
Yo,
edition
that's-
Switch.
yeah, it's got a picture of Pikachu on the back, bro.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
it. That's all it is. It's just a picture, a black and white picture of Pikachu in the back, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. Smiling at you with thumbs up, like, yeah, you spent $800.
Dollar signs.
Fuck you.
Dollar signs instead of those rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Thank you for your money.
That is-
Maybe you might be able to run Devil May Cry on your new Switch.
you know what I'm saying?
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
All right, man. Jumping into the meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes, bro. Meat and potatoes.
Let's rub.
Right.
Let's
All right.
stuff ourselves with great content.
So I'm just gonna kind of jump into it, guys, because I know we're gonna have a lot to say on it. But Devil May Cry, the anime. Would you guys consider this an anime?
I mean, that's actually a hard thing to answer just because, you know, we had that whole debacle recently because, you know, if it's not made in Japan, it can't really be considered an anime or whatever. But I don't know, bro. I feel like I would call it an anime over an animated series.
Okay.
I would call it that. But as far as all the other, like, you know, staples of anime, I
I'm
also
even-
didn't watch it in Japanese.
I'm even
so-
saying it like vibe wise, and I did kind of watch it. Yeah.
It was
you
almost
watched it?
like an American anime.
An
I
American
guess
anime,
you'd say.
a cartoon.
I mean, yeah, I guess, bro. You know,
Well, what about you, Kid Lewis? Is it an anime? Devil May Cry the anime? I remember when they kept saying it at
Samurai
first.
Jack.
They were like, "Hey, Devil May Cry is coming out with an anime."
I don't know, bro.
because I don't know if that. I don't know if it's called an anime on
They
Netflix.
don't know on Netflix. They don't call it an anime.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
It looks, and it's more CGI, like really heavy CGI, bro. So,
Right.
I mean,
It is kind of more like an animated series, to be honest.
So it was produced by Studio Mer, which is a South Korean animation studio.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They've
see
done
it.
things like Legend of Korra. They've done the Boondocks, and they did the Star Wars Vision.
I guess
So
so.
those are also brought up when you're talking about anime.
anime, right?
You know, is
Right.
Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime? It's not. Is the Boondocks an anime?
It's not.
I don't know. I kind of.
Yeah.
It's not anime, but it's a lot of anime.
It got anime. Yeah, it got anime vibe.
Anime
and
aura.
Star Wars Visions, you know, that is like a But
They have anime in there,
Right.
but yeah, a lot of animation
Right.
variations, if you will.
so just jump into it, bro. What did you think of this TV series / anime?
Very nice. Very all-encompassing. It was good, bro.
Good.
It was good. I actually enjoyed it. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was way more fan servicey than it needed to be. Like they didn't even have to do a lot of the fan service that they did.
Yeah.
It was still really good. Like I am already looking forward to seeing how they progress.
Yeah.
Like how they're going to move everything forward. Because as somebody who knows the story of, you know, the Devil May Cry lore, like I see all of it already and I know what's going to happen. So I do want to see how they maneuver.
Yeah,
What I think about it? Oh, 8 episodes. Yeah.
What'd you think?
I didn't like episode 1.
You did not like episode
I did
one?
not like episode 1.
Wow.
I don't know. Something about
That's fair.
it was
I
kind of
understand.
weird. I feel like they were trying too hard.
Okay.
But I feel like after episode 1, they found their footing.
Okay.
It took a time. It took a little bit, but they found their footing. Once they found their footing, I kind of was like, okay, I see where they're heading. I see where they're going. You know what I mean?
I
But
felt like that with
episode
the-
1
with
was
the X-Men.
too.
I feel
Heavy,
like
like
we're
too much.
talking about this a lot is very often because the thing is a lot of the worlds of these shows are being made in episode 1.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of the symptom of what it is. But
because you kind of got to give everybody, you gotta have to sell it episode 1 style.
right,
You know?
you gotta set the concrete
Yeah.
on episode 1, but then you get shit going after.
So
that.
whenever I watch something that's not for the podcast, I kind of give it 3 episodes before I make a definitive
Right.
choice on it or not.
Moving forward or
Kind of always.
popping the balloon.
Yeah, right, really. Which that's also on Netflix now. But I do kind of give an episode or a show 3 episodes before I,
Yeah,
make
because
a determination.
it's
or
where
not.
they find their footing. It's where they find like the pace of where the show is going. But I did feel like episode 1, it felt like it was like all over the place.
But then,
because
so then episodes 2 through 8, did you feel like it was,
yes.
up
Oh,
there?
and there was one episode that I felt was peak.
peak?
Yeah.
I think I know which episode you're talking about too.
Oh, maybe we'll see.
With your taste.
Because they didn't even really introduce any Devil May Cry shit really in that
No.
first episode.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But I was also watching
more
it
setting.
as of a person just jumping into
that is what I was gonna
Right.
say.
You
That's
know
exactly what I was gonna
I'm
say.
not watching it as like I played all the fucking games
Right.
and I know the lore and I know the background.
Right.
I'm jumping in as fresh. This is my first
Right.
time watching.
And I think that's
Devil May
why
Cry.
it was that way. So that it can entice people who don't know anything about it and then just like,
But that's what I'm saying. I
kinda
watched
usher
it
them
with
in.
brand new eyes and I was not enticed by the first episode.
Right. So I'm somewhere in the middle with you guys. So I as far as like my knowledge of Devil May Cry, like I saw my friend play it when I'm growing up, and he kind of passed me the controller a little bit, but I never really played it and beat it like I should. Like I'd like to do games for that.
It's on sale, bro, for $10.
So I think I might actually try to play it because
the first 3.
I did not like this anime. I disliked almost everything about this anime.
It's the
except
anime
for
style?
2 things.
I'm about to say, I already knew.
So
I already knew. The way it's animated, I knew he wasn't going to like it off top,
the
bro.
way
No,
it
I
is
know.
animated was so bad to me.
you
But
do it.
so I made a bunch of notes, bro. But not even just the animation style though, because
I know.
there's like only like maybe like 2 things that I like. But I disliked. I was giving me a lot of the vibes that I got when I was watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The mutant-
Wow.
Well, like
Was
the
that
jokes-
bad?
that
the jokes
bad,
are in the
bro.
animation.
I don't want to
Is
say
it because how American it was?
It had
Oh
that
my
Japan
God.
feel to it.
Let me go into my notes.
Oh
Too
my
American.
God, that's
So,
crazy.
First, too much exposition. Way too much exposition. The show had so much exposition. Every other episode, there was like a speech and people just talking about the world. And I get you kind of have to do that.
You have to do that, bro.
But oh my God, it was like the whole episode like was about the lore of this. And I knew, as someone who doesn't know the lore of Devil May Cry, I knew too much about it. Like by the 3rd episode, I was just like, God damn, okay, I get it. You fucking fused the 2 amulets and then you mixed it with the sword and you open it, but then you got to put some blood on the sword. Like 10 characters told me this and I'm like, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, but they, as it went on, you realize that it wasn't just that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. So then
Okay.
So then, I wanted to like it. I did want to like it. I wanted to like it because Adi Shankar, he's a really big fan of stuff like this. And he's just, I like rooting for people like that.
Right.
I like it when nerds make movies and video games because they
Right.
make it with care.
Shit for us, yeah.
Yeah, instead of just, for the bottom line or whatever. But I couldn't, bro. It was some parts were funny, but it was so cringe, bro. It was mostly cringe. I was cringing, bro. It was cringing. It would probably work better as a silent anime, but
Silent.
That's
just
actually crazy.
It was
just
I
no
think it would work
talking.
better if it was silent, but the fucking 3D animation was throwing me off, so I couldn't even watch it silently. So I did like
Damn,
the
bro.
action, though.
Sound like you suffered through this.
I was
bro.
suffering. I was making notes. I was like,
It sounded like me during Devilman Crybaby type shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
we're gonna have an episode on that.
"You're a devil man, crybaby."
Hey, I'll take that. You know
Bro, I
what
was
I'm
writing notes and I was like, I think they're gonna like this, bro. So I was like, just fucking writing my notes about what I liked and what I didn't like. But I,
saying? What I fucking hated about this.
but what I liked as well, because the action was fucking fire.
The action was
I think
good.
the action was super dope, and
It was clean.
I always think, when we watch like Chainsaw Man, I was like, oh, it's kind of cool, whatever, but I just know it would look better if it was 2D. I kind of didn't feel like that with this. So I kind of like that it was kind of like, only because I know it comes from a video game.
Yeah.
So I like 2D over 3D always for anything. Like, I think like Timmy Power Hour.
Yeah.
I think it was nice when he went to the 2D world. It was kind of looking weird with Timmy as like a fucking Jimmy
Right,
Neutron
with
character,
3D,
but when he
right.
went over, I was like, nice. 2D always. 2D
Beautiful.
over everything always. But no, the action was inventive. It was fast paced. It was cool. It was stylish. It was super stylish. Like I remember when they first go to get Dante and then he breaks the pool cue or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's all over with the billiards.
The ball.
That's what it's all about, bro.
Bro, that shit was fucking like hilarious. And it was like just like when they're fighting, they do like a Matrix 2 thing where they're fighting in the highway and they're jumping on the different cars and shit. That was fire. That was pretty dope. And a lot of the action was nice. That was the saving grace for me for this. But besides that, bro, everything else was just so
Fucking
trash.
sucked.
So I have questions for you. So
Go for it.
I only listen to rap.
Uh-huh.
I listen to some R&B, when they sneak it in or whatever. And I don't dislike pop, but I don't know. It's hard for me to like differentiate or whatever. But
I mean, it was all rock.
It was
So-
rock. I was just about to say.
so as
Where are you getting with this?
so as someone who is not initiated into rock, I have heard it though.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you about the opening songs. The Limp Bizkit song. Is that a good song?
It was a good song back in the days, and I feel like
Is it a meme song? Like,
Not
were they
really.
memeing it? I don't know. I'm asking. I gave you all that preamble to tell you that I don't know about rock at all.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a meme song. I feel like it.
rolling.
I feel like it,
It's like a
it
trans-
sets
like a-
the
like a
tone
Transformers.
of
Mhm.
what the show is going to be like. You know what I'm saying?
Because I saw that music video and he kind of is not trolling, but he's kind of like, he's not, I don't say being goofy.
Well, kind of, because I mean, you got to remember, bro, this is early 2000s,
I know.
90s,
But
really.
He's like owning it. He's like not owning the cringe, but he's like just,
Yeah, because it was a different
even if you
time, bro.
read the lyrics, he's kind of like saying like, don't worry, like, I'm cool, man. Don't worry about it. I know when to be cool and I know when to be goofy.
Right.
You know?
That's the tone. Like, it's hard for people who don't know Devil May Cry to understand this, but like that literally sets the tone of it.
Yeah.
Like, that is exactly what it is.
Because in the lyrics that they put on the opening, it's like pimp players, ball shakers or whatever. I was just like is that, are they making fun of this or is this
No, it's
empowering to
I
the
mean,
community?
I don't know. It's a little bit of both, to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like if they picked another song that was like more edgy, it
Right.
sets a tone of it taking itself too seriously when it's not going to. You
Right.
know what
So
I mean?
that's another thing that I hated. I'll go as far as to hate this, bro. I kind of hated it. If we were rating this, I would give it a human, bro.
Wow.
I'm dead ass. I'm so dead ass. So
That's crazy.
I'm so dead ass.
You're gonna get roasted.
So I'm like listening to this and I recognize a lot of the songs and I have more to say about the song. So the Limp Bizkit Rollin' song or whatever, I only know it not from memes, but like as like a
Passing type of
song or
like
whatever.
it's been around before.
Yeah, you see like somebody rolling down the hill in a tire,
Yeah.
and it's rolling. That's how I know it
Oh,
from.
really? Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I skipped the intro.
You skipped the intro? Me too. I skipped
didn't-
it. I skipped it.
I always watched
from the
the
very-
first one
No,
and then
right.
After
I
that,
couldn't get
skipped
into it. I couldn't get into the intro, so I just skipped it. I was like, okay, let's just get into that.
Yeah. I mean, y'all are not into rock.
We're not
like
into
that,
rock.
bro.
Not that I'm not
it makes
into rock. I like some of the songs that were playing throughout the show.
So some of the
just
songs, some of the songs that I recognize when they're in the traffic or whatever, they play Papa Roach, Last Resort. Cut my life in two pieces.
Yeah.
This is my last resort. So I didn't like the needle drop on that one though, because I thought it was like, I don't know, the way it kind of builds, and I don't think that song is about suicide, but it's like very emo.
Right.
but they're doing action, you know?
Yeah.
So the most action is cutting his life in two pieces or whatever.
Nah, that was his last resort, bro. What do you mean?
I don't know, man. It seems like he had a lot of options after that, bro.
You didn't see the end, like what happened, like right after that?
What?
When he got his fucking face blown off?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
way after.
Not
That wasn't
way
like,
after.
that wasn't in the song.
No, but it was setting the tone for what was about to happen.
So then, so I recognize that one as someone on the outside of rock. And then a song that I did like was that Guerrilla Radio, Rage Against the Machine. When he like they're about to jump him and he's like, hold on, I need to play some music.
Bro.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty nice. That was actually a nice song. That not that I had heard before, but I was just like,
He gave me a
Okay.
lot of Deadpool vibes.
That's Devil
He
May
is-
Cry. That's why
Devil-
you gotta play the
right.
games, bro.
so yeah.
Besides
he
the
is kinda
breaking
Devil
the
May Cry.
third wall, you know what I mean,
No,
or the
of
fourth
course.
wall, the vibes he was like giving me, like that they said goofy, but I know when to be serious at sometimes,
Right.
kind of vibe. Like
Right.
that was that.
Well, at first I thought he was like the shit, but then he got his shit rocked by a lady, which I thought, damn, man, she was the shit. But then that dance that they just did, I'm like, this is dumb. This is so dumb.
I will say that was a problem I had with it. I don't like her whole demon bullets thing. I'm not.
Bro, I have a whole thing about the Demon Bullets too.
I don't like
Sorry.
that.
So they-
fucking died.
So then Green Day, they do Green Day American Idiot, and I think if they had used it a little bit different, I do like it though.
No, it was perfect.
It was
bro.
kind of perfect.
It was perfect,
It was kind of
bro.
it was. I was looking at this is by the end of the show, so I'm kind of already hating on it, and I'm trying to give it saving grace, but I'm just like, I don't want to be an American idiot. The vice president was kind of being an American idiot.
No, he
But-
for sure.
But then they
was,
just
bro.
had like the American flags all over the place. I get it, bro. I get it.
I get it. This
So-
is American.
They
show.
want to make sure that you know.
Oh my god,
You
it's
know
so
what I mean?
fucking hand fisted and spoon fed. I just did not. I was like,
Too American though. Like it was just too much.
That was the point,
even
though.
the president being like a cowboy and stuff like
I
that.
had things to say about the president too. The president.
that was
Bro,
the
you
point,
really
bro.
you
The-
really
the voice-
dissected the fuck out of it.
I did.
It was all.
So
yeah,
they
bro,
stopped
go
the
ahead.
music. So they introduced Dante, off screen or whatever, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's the shit, man!" Like that whole thing. I can't do every single scene. I have a lot to say about it though. They stopped the music because he gets shot in the stomach with a shotgun, and it's supposed to be like this. Oh shit, he might die, but we know he's not gonna die because they say, "Oh, I've seen him like take shots, and fucking recover." So I'm like, "Hey, man, put the music back on. Like, why did you stop the fucking song? It wasn't even that dramatic."
That's how it goes, bro.
I know it was sucked. So then he starts with the cringy dialogue, like, "Oh my god, how did this happen?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of a superhero, but I'm kind of not a superhero. But your mom calls me a superhero." And I was like, "Oh my god, I can fucking turn inside out right now." How much I was cringing, bro.
Oh my
And then
God,
the guy
bro.
who worked with Dante, I don't know why he tried to trick him into, which also he's like, "No amount of money's enough for my life." He's like, "Oh, what about 500,000?" I'm like, "Bro, if you're an assassin in this world, 500,000 is nothing, bro. And you got to split that? Nah, bro. 2 million. Come on, bro. You're the fucking president."
Right?
Whatever.
He was lowballing,
So then
bro.
he tries to trick him by putting his hand down, shaking his hand, and hitting him. And I'm like, "Bro, I thought you were the one who knows that he's strong as shit, bro. Like, did you fucking forget?" They talked. Then they captured Dante, and I did like the interactions with him and his little homeboy, his little guy who was like
Oh,
his little
fucking-
weasel friend or whatever.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say weasel. It's
I
crazy.
did kind of like them together. I did like that dynamic, there was a lot of stuff that I did like about it. And by that, I mean like a handful. But they talk about like Raccoon City. They do a lot of like, not homage, or
Capcom, bro.
Capcom. They do a lot of
Straight
Capcom stuff. So that's why it reminded me of the
They had
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Street
Turtles.
Fighter playing like in one of the cabinets or whatever.
But then they go overboard with it. They would like set something up and I would like it. And then they would just fucking ruin it, bro. Like they talk about Raccoon City. He's like, "Oh, this is the worst job you've ever given me." He's like, "Oh, even that job in Raccoon City? Nah, that one was pretty bad." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, kind of cool. It's some Resident Evil shit."
Yeah.
And then the scene right after that, they have a fucking bobblehead of Mega Man. Not his head, like a full-on Mega Man. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Kind of get it, bro. Capcom, I get it. Bro. And Adi Shankar even says that the series is considered to be part of a shared bootleg universe alongside Castlevania, Nocturne, I keep saying Nocturne and Captain Laserhawk, which have you seen that on Netflix?
No.
It's off Far Cry 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Blood Dragon?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely have to watch that.
We should. I mean, and we could do episodes on any of those. But
I love Blood Dragon.
I did change it to Japanese because I was kind of like cringing, and it does work. It works in Japanese.
I haven't seen.
I feel like it makes sense because that's how they portray
But the original
American people.
But the original language is English,
English, it is,
especially
yeah.
like Dante's voice. You know, and the voice actor didn't come back for this, but it should work in English, bro.
He did.
It's- I thought he didn't.
So, I mean, yes and no. I was going to touch on this like later.
Go ahead,
but the voice actor of Dante, for those of y'all who might have been tripping and didn't look it up, that's Nero. And that's unfamiliar to y'all. But Nero from Devil May Cry 4 is Dante in the series. So the Dante that we know is not Dante because he's older, he's grizzled, it's different.
Okay.
But no, that's Nero. So they need like a younger voice or whatever. And that was him.
Oh, okay.
And then also Lady
Right.
from the games, I think it was maybe 3 and 4, is actually the ones who voiced Echidna and another one of the characters. Echidna is the Vine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Some returning voice actors, but I don't know, man. It should work in English, bro. I shouldn't have to change it to Japanese. And then I had this whole crisis of like, damn, because you know how I believe that a lot of anime is good. Is that because I can't really understand? I can't really feel I don't want to say bad voice acting, but the cringy dialogue. Is that separation what makes it good for me always?
I feel like, yeah, bro. In every other instance you've ever witnessed, I feel like, yeah.
Because, bro, I mean, in English, because there has been good anime in English. We have a whole episode on it.
Yeah.
But man, this shit was fucking like hurtful to watch, bro. And then in Japanese, it just got like 10 times better.
Yeah.
And I was like reading it, and I'm like, I just heard like 3 episodes. Because that's when I switched it. I just heard 3 episodes in English, and I'm like,
No,
I think this would be bad. Even though I was listening to it in Japanese, I couldn't help but be like, this is cringy dialogue if it was in English.
I might
I
watch
think-
it in Japanese then,
Watch in Japanese,
Probably,
it gives you that option on
because
Netflix.
I've seen the whole thing in English.
Yeah, it's 8 episodes. I watched a couple episodes,
I
and
know.
I did go back and forth with, man.
What did you think of the villain,
The villain?
the White Rabbit?
I fucking hated this. I liked him.
What?
I hated
Damn,
him, bro. I hated him right from the
What a-
get-go.
Bro,
I hated him from the get-go, and then I liked him a little bit. He was redeeming himself. Then with his sad-ass backstory, I was like, you're dumb. I can't believe your motivations are this. I can't believe you're not even
You
a real
can't
rabbit.
believe he's...
I can't believe you're a cosplayer. You're a
Do you
fucking
have
Alice
a-
in Wonderland cosplayer.
Do you hear this? Are you listening to this too? I'm not the only one, right?
Bro, I have notes on it, bro.
This sounds like a lot of hate right now.
It is a lot of hate.
He was a real
Nah,
villain,
bro. The rabbit was pretty dope. I like the rabbit.
Go
I
ahead.
felt like his dialogue in the beginning when they first showed him in episode 1
Yes,
was like
bro.
too extended, bro.
Yes, he's
So
like,
you telling me you're gonna come in gun blazing,
right.
killing everybody,
Right.
and as soon as this rabbit shows up, you're gonna let him just fucking give you a whole story?
Right.
Well, I
And
mean,
not
he's a man-sized rabbit, bro.
Shoot him.
That's what I would shoot.
Yeah.
No
Really?
questions asked.
Yes.
Why would I give it time?
I mean,
tell
I
me-
don't know. A lot of people get shot, bro.
That
A lot of
man
people get
walked
spooked.
in and just gave a whole fucking dialogue
Yes, bro. He's
about
like, oh, me and
this
I'm
and that.
in my Easter best, and I'm like, bro, are you Dante or are you a rabbit?
It was so the dialogue was a little too much for me. I was like, damn, bro,
Yeah.
this man's talking way too much, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he giving out the whole fucking plan right now.
And then he was like,
It's
oh, I'm the one who
Scene,
hired
bro.
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then he said
So I was
that.
like, okay, he's not gonna kill them. They're not gonna kill each other. That's
And
why.
then he fucking did.
Then he did.
And then he did. He killed everybody.
Because they let him. Because they didn't shoot him.
No, because I mean, either way, he would have been all right. But
I
either
don't
way.
know, bro. It was a little bit too much dialogue from the rabbit, but I did like the setup. I like how Dante felt like he was so close to capturing the rabbit, but the rabbit was like, it's all planned, bro. Like, it's all planned.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you were going to get me, but I already planned that part out.
Right.
So that's the part I kind of liked about the rabbit. Like, he had everything planned till the very end,
he
and
had
then
cool
they get
powers
lost it.
too. He was like strong. He's like moving fast and shit. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was very disappointed for his reveal, bro.
Because he doesn't have any powers, bro. He's the only powers he has.
Doesn't
is
have any
whatever.
powers. He was quick as fuck.
He doesn't have any powers other than the blood that he had to pump into himself because he was a human the whole time.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? So
Bro, so there's a scene with the scientist or whatever where they're like joking with the scientist, like, hey, why don't you pick up a gun and go fight or whatever? And he's like, what does he say? God damn it. He says, my mind is too valuable to have it enter a combat zone. So then the fucking rabbit gets in the combat zone and is about to kill him, or not even about to kill him, like just like,
oh,
oh,
he grabs the key.
he grabs the fucking keyboard and tries to kill him with the keyboard. You know he's an indestructible rabbit. Why did you do that?
Defense.
Bro,
You know,
He didn't-
instinct.
It wasn't even defense. He was getting away. He's like, I can't let him get away. I got to kill him with this keyboard. Then he fucking killed him.
Bad writing.
Oh my God, bro.
Bad writing. I don't know, bro.
I mean,
Chuck it up to bad writing.
I could feel the hurt for people who
Hurt?
I mean, it's hurt to y'all because I'm in this shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to this. You know
You
what
used
I
to
mean?
bad writing?
Because you have to play the games, bro. It only makes sense if you play the games.
But so that's what I'm saying. So with the game, not that I don't mind bad writing with the game, but with the gameplay is what I care about. Deadass. Like at the end of the day, I do like The Last of Us. It's a really good game. I do put it up there. But really, that game has good gameplay. Like,
Right.
no matter how fucking fancy the story is, a visual novel or whatever, if the gameplay is not good, nobody's going to play the game
Right.
on a mass level. But people love Devil May Cry I love Devil May Cry, even the limited time that I played it, just because of
Right.
how nice it is, how stylish it is.
I was literally just
In
about
this
to say.
streaming era where you just watch somebody play, that's how we used to do it back in the day.
Yeah.
Because it's so nice to look at, so like colorful, and they show you the style points and all that shit,
That's literally what it's based off of, bro. Style.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying? So,
but
I mean, I think this
the action was dope
just
though. I'm not gonna. I want to keep reiterating.
like
because
a
it was nice.
placeholder. A placeholder's not so good. I feel like this is just the beginning. You know what I mean? They're kind of just setting the tone of what it is and what to look forward to. And I think with season 2, because they have already
I know.
signed for season 2.
They did.
Yep.
They did.
It's probably in production as we speak. It's gonna wrap up. You know what I mean?
Probably. So talking about the fucking, or let's talk about Captain Lady. What did you think about Captain Lady? Let me give you guys space.
Captain Lady.
Not gonna lie,
I think her
I
eyes were
like
cool.
it.
The whole green and red was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That dang old heterochromia.
Yeah.
I didn't like her backstory about like the whole dad going crazy about demons because he
Me
felt
either.
like he didn't protect his family, so now he needed to I don't fucking do
Inject himself
research.
with the demon blood. Like, how's that
What?
gonna help?
I guess to feel part of what it means to be a demon. I don't fucking.
But then you
know,
eat
bro.
your wife and kill your daughter.
I just felt like her backstory was kind of dumb,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
but I did like how she kind of developed into like I hate all fucking demons. So
Yeah.
not all
She got-
demons are bad.
Oh, yeah,
I
you like that?
guess. I mean, I guess that was like a little bit of the character development
Right.
for her,
Right.
pretty much. I think she was pretty badass in the very beginning, but then when she got
She
her
was.
ass handed, I was like, okay, so you're
By
not.
who?
When they got trapped into the building
Oh, yes.
and all her teammates end up dying and shit, and she kind of was lacking a little bit.
Bro, I have something for that. So they show that this Captain Lady, Lieutenant Captain Lady.
Oh, hold on, bro. Let Fred talk, cause you
Bro,
ready to
they
jump
show
at
that
every
she can-
fucking
I'm
scene,
just
dog.
letting
she
him
can
go
spot.
on.
She can fucking smell a demon from across the room. You could tell by their posture, and you can, all that
Their
shit.
sweat
Their
and
sweat.
the way they talk, and yeah.
She's the demon whisperer. She can spot a demon or whatever.
Okay.
Then a shapeshifter fucking infiltrates the ranks, and
She can't tell for
she
shit.
can't tell it on the bus ride. She can't tell on the boat ride, on the plane ride, all the way up until, and then everything fucking goes left on her.
Yeah,
What happened to all that intuition?
because
true.
none of them are shapeshifter demons.
That cowboy was a kind of a shapeshifter demon. He wasn't a cowboy demon.
No, he was
a
a
bug.
regular demon that they use like magic or whatever to transform into a person.
So the shapeshifter can also shapeshift his smell.
A shapeshift demon because you saw it. Like he didn't have any markings on his body or whatever.
Oh, that's true.
He's a shape-shifting demon. That's what he does.
He shape shifts. Okay, but still, like the
I
fact
mean,
that she
he's-
couldn't tell, and the only tell was him
I'll-
fucking.
I'm just letting you know what it is all. You don't have to
The
believe me.
demon
You
realm by
believe what
its
you want.
real name.
I'll unding that Cinema Sins bell right there. That's the one you get. But
Either way.
I don't know, man. So
Yeah.
the demon bullets, bro.
Good night, itchy eyes. Good night, sudden sneeze. Good night to your symptoms of allergies. Zysol is the allergy medicine you take before bed. It provides powerful relief while you rest your head. Not just all night, but all the next day. Zysol keeps working, keeping allergies at bay. And without those annoying symptoms disturbing your rest, you can wake up the next morning feeling your absolute best. Remember, be wise all. Take Zysol. At night.
So they fucking show that these demon bullets, they have some sort of whatever holy water.
No,
or
it's a
fucking-
genetic.
Annoyed,
It's
yeah.
genetic. They got pine sol in it. You shoot somebody with it, and they fucking blow up from the
I'm
inside.
kind of annoyed with that. I'm not gonna
So
lie.
they shoot the rabbit, and it doesn't work on the rabbit. And I'm like, I made the note. I was like, that's dumb. But I get it. There's a reason.
That should have
for it.
been your key to like.
Well, no, there's a reason for it at the end.
Same thing with Dante. Like they shot Dante, he didn't blow up, and
Right. Kind of not really. But then they start shooting it on like the plant lady, and she's blocking it with her wings, I guess. But that should still kill her, right? That should still blow her up. That's like me blocking with my arm.
And she gets shot later.
Bro, they shoot a bunch of demons,
At
and
first
it
I
just stops working. I'm
Well,
like,
let me ask
I'm
you
like,
this.
they don't work anymore.
So when it came to the bullets and them shooting the demons, I felt like, was all the bullets made out of this demon killing?
Supposed to be,
Because
Not
some of
all
them
of
weren't
them.
even penetrating.
Not all of them.
bro. They just stopped working.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
either way,
the
it
bullet
wasn't great.
choose and pick when the fuck it was gonna work.
No,
Was it like an
so-
experimental bullet? Like some was malfunctioning, the other ones did function. Like what
So
the fuck was going on with the bullets?
Lady was the only one that had the demon bullet.
So fuck everybody else.
I don't
Yeah.
think so, bro.
So
Yes.
fuck her rest of her teammates. Like
Why wouldn't they?
why
also
would it?
have-
Yeah.
Because she was the captain lady, bro.
So she's the only one that has certifications to kill actual demons.
They're all
Yeah.
demon killers.
Because
That's
she
the
had a
point.
special gun. Y'all don't remember the gun that she had? It was
the
like
one that had the
made-
fucking bullets to kill demons.
Yeah.
So fuck everybody else. They can
Pretty
just
much.
shoot regular bullets.
But I think with the AK-47, they were shooting the demons and they were fucking blowing up. When they ambush the rabbits homeboys out the portal, they all have the guns and they're all like blowing up fucking demon style.
Maybe, but I think that's in the flashback you're talking about.
Yeah, they all have the AK-47s and they're,
Oh, that's
they're
true.
blowing up.
That's true.
They all have. Why wouldn't they all have?
I
the
think it was like a
bullets?
pick and choose, man.
Probably.
Let me ask you this. We're talking about guns. Does Dante
Oh,
gun has infinity bullets?
kinda.
So yes
well,
and
I mean,
no.
video game wise, I mean,
This
that's up to Fred.
it hasn't happened yet, which I'm hoping it does fucking happen eventually, which
in
I think
the
it will.
show. Yeah,
Um,
Ebony and Ivory.
Yes,
I like that he
bro.
named the guns
Oh,
that.
my
That's nice,
God.
right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But
I
when he
love
when he
shit.
broke one, he was like looking for the replacement.
He
was like,
had
"Oh, I
because
got
bro,
one
he
back."
knows,
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? He's like, fuck man, I keep breaking these goddamn guns.
So he does, or he doesn't have infinity bullet ability.
It's not really infinity bullets.
I think it's kind of like a
just
John Wick situation, or even like Killers.
No, fuck that, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
in that beginning, first two episodes when he got ambushed by
Yeah.
that nigga was shooting left.
He
and
never
right, like,
reloads.
He never reloads.
I didn't see him
never
one time
reloads.
around the fucking
Right.
bullets. I was like, okay, does he have that infinity bullet?
And I think that I mean I don't like
But there was
obviously.
points where he ran out of bullets.
Yeah, they never
Mm.
explain how it goes like in the games, but
'cause
he
they don't have to.
never. Yeah,
It's a game, bro. You know, like, anything goes.
Well, so speaking of that, there's a scene at the end where they're like, oh, they're shooting the bad guy when he turns into like a final boss or whatever,
Yeah,
and
right.
he's even with like a weak spot or whatever, which I kind of like, you know, it coming from a video game. But they're shooting him and it's not working, and Dante tells Lady, he's like, why isn't it working? And she's like, oh, it's because he must be still a human, even though he's been pumping himself with demon blood, whatever. He still has enough human DNA that the bullets don't work, you know, even though they should.
Some
And
shitty ass
they're not
bullets,
even
bro.
working. And so then Dante's like, yeah, maybe that, or maybe we just haven't shot him enough.
Enough.
And they just shooting him some more. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty cool because, bro, when you're playing that game, the bullets don't really do much, right?
They don't. They don't.
But you
They're
s-
literally like a juggler or like a placeholder.
Yes, bro. I fucking love that as a video game. It's not for damage. It's for style. points.
Right. No, it really
Oh,
is.
It really is. Like when you fight,
It's
it's
a
just,
sword that really does the most.
the sword
damage.
does the damage. The
The
gun,
bullets are just like. Ta, 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 ta.
yeah, but I fucking
Okay.
can't help. I can't help but just shoot. You know,
That's just good, bro.
it's
Yeah,
nice.
It's
It's
good.
super super nice.
That's why I was talking about the fan service because like they incorporated things that
Yeah, they show Virgil like way
The-
too early. He's like, oh, like you think Virgil's gonna be in it, and then it's just a shapeshifter pretending to be Virgil, and then Dante's like, wow, it's Virgil, and then it's not Virgil, and then he tells his homeboy, he's like, yeah, he shapeshifted into my brother Virgil, but that's not even how he would look because it's been so long. It's like, well, then one, I don't know, man. How the fuck do you even know what he looked like or what he would look like
right.
to even shapeshift? And how would you even recognize him then?
That's true. I mean, either way, he doesn't look like that until like later.
Another thing,
Right.
but they do tease him at the end of the show.
They do.
I mean, I don't. Well,
And he
that's
does look pretty
another
dope. I like
thing,
the
too,
samurai sword.
but That's Virgil, bro.
Right.
Virgil's my favorite character in the whole. fucking
Yeah,
thing.
more than Dante. Very nice.
Absolutely. But no, they actually included. So when you play the game, there's actually styles that you use. There's like
Oh,
4
right.
different styles.
Right.
Trickster, gunslinger, swordsman, and like a royal guard.
Okay.
And they did use some of the styles in the show.
Well, really.
Yeah, like when you see him like shooting like this, that's the gunslinger.
Oh yes.
And then when he's like moving and like dashing through people, that's the trickster.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Nice.
these things are like happening in real time. So cool. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to see what they do. You know what I mean? Because it's a little bit of a mixed bag. You know,
if we do it for an episode, I'll watch it again and tell you what I thought. God damn it, man! Sometimes I'm like, I push myself to watch anime for this podcast, like Dan to Dan, and I'm like, wow, I really like that. I pushed myself to watch this. Man, if I wasn't taking notes, knowing that I was going to talk to you guys about this, I would have had a bad time. No, let me not cap. It wasn't that bad. I was just fucking angry at it the whole time. I was just angry at the bad writing.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't miserable.
I was pretty fucking pissed.
It wasn't miserable. Some shit can be miserable, and this wasn't miserable. But I was just like offended a little bit. I was offended, and I was like, damn, if I was a big fan of Devil May Cry, I'd have been pissed that this is the treatment that they give him. Bro. I think I'd be even more pissed if I played the game. So there is some light. So the episode that I think that you like, episode 6, where the whole episode is basically silent and there's like 2 different animation styles.
Yep.
What did you think about that episode? Because I liked it.
I liked it. That was my favorite episode. It threw me off at first because it was different from everything else you were watching.
Right.
So
Even the opening
animation,
song.
everything was different. I was like, okay, we're going to go into a backstory. But it took me a second to figure out whose fucking backstory we were going into.
Because of the different animation styles. And I thought that was the lady who went into the world. I thought the lady was the boy. Yeah, and I'm like, who is this boy? We don't even know who he looks like.
Because I felt like after his dad killed her mother, I thought she went to like a foster home, and then that was like the whole
she did
transition of the foster. No, but not the rabbit.
They both did.
I know.
Right. So that was a parallel, but that was what confused me because I'm like, are we just jumping? Like, what are we jumping for?
And remember, at the time of this episode, we didn't know that the rabbit was human, so that's why it kind of threw me off at first, and I was like, okay, like. Where does this rabbit come from?
Bro, I didn't even know.
And I thought that he met the rabbit.
Or something.
Or like something that figured out the rabbit or the rabbit demon. I think that's when they met and that's why he crossed over to the human world. But then we find out that he is the rabbit.
Bro, that shit fucking pissed me off.
That he is the rabbit?
That shit pissed me off, bro.
Why?
Because I'm like, I thought he was a rabbit.
Like the whole time?
It would have been better if he was just a rabbit, bro. Why is he a human?
Is
that in the video game? That's what I want to ask you.
I mean, no, not really.
But there's a manga for that they talk about the rabbit.
Tell me.
No. I'm just saying I don't want to go into it because I didn't like really I didn't really Google it. Right. But I know I heard that there's a manga for Devil May Cry.
And I think there is.
They talked about the rabbit
demon or whatever. Yeah. I don't think it's like
a human
person. Yeah. No, but like. So for me, and I guess this is like a 1-to-1 kind of thing because like as soon as I saw him the first time, I noticed small shit. So I noticed that his face was patchwork. I noticed that his face was all sewn on.
It did, yeah.
So if you've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or if you ever seen anything like that, it instantly tells you that that's not his face. You know what I mean? But like,
give or take. I mean, it kind of looked really realistic, bro. Even the mouth was moving, the eyes were not human at all. That was fucking like a demon bunny.
He was very emotive.
But then you see how and why. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. Like I instantly knew that wasn't his face. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like I instantly knew he wasn't a rabbit demon because he looked way too much like a person. You know what I mean? Like it was just very, very offset to.
I think his
even
voice
with what he said. Even with not what he said, what lady said, like how generally their fucking arms long or whatever. Like
he was kind of weird looking.
He was weird looking, but he was like decently proportioned for being a person.
But lady did say like the bunny was like a high grade demon.
Yeah.
The way she kept talking about him, like a level 4 demon or something like
that. Because
of how they composed themselves and how he was like way too smart for like a regular demon.
She was just going off of his smarts. She was actually talking about the other one.
Yeah.
Like the other body.
The other ones are like just level 2. They never seen somebody higher than level 2. And they're like, these guys must be at least level 4.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, if you haven't met anybody higher than a level 2, how do you skip level 3 and go to level 4?
Where are we getting these numbers, bro? He could have been a level 10 by all means. But how the fuck we know that? They didn't explain the level system in my eyes.
No, not at all.
We're just giving levels high, bro.
One thing I was kind of annoyed at is how because all the like the posse of those demons that made like his gang,
yeah,
they're all bosses in the game.
Yes,
Yes,
I
I've seen
figured
that.
that out.
They're all bosses, and I just like
I did like that they had a little bit of personality. So it kind of reminded me of like Invincible, like the twins.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
twins.
How they talk shit to each
You
other.
killed my brother,
bro. Agni and Rudra are two of my
Yeah.
favorite people in the whole damn game,
Yeah.
bro. The one thing I don't really, I mean, I get why they did it for the show, but in the game, they don't have heads. Like they're almost literally just like vessels.
But do they talk?
Yeah, because so I don't know if you guys saw it, but they have heads on their sword. And in the game, that's actually them.
Okay.
They are the swords, like they're devil arms.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah. So that's usually how it goes. And the way Dante was using them, like in that scene, is like how it goes, like in the show. Like he could create like fire fucking tornadoes.
Yeah,
and shit.
they caught it, kind of threw it back.
Yes,
That
exactly.
was nice.
But low key, I wouldn't doubt it if in the future we find out that the vice president is a demon. I feel he low key knew way too much, bro.
He might be.
Like way, he knew too much about the demon realm, and he knew way too much about Dante. Like way too much information.
So for me, just knowing what I do know about it, that could be a possibility. But that depends on if they're gonna go there. You know what I mean?
But if they do, it makes sense. I just in my head, I was like, why does the vice president seem to know way too much? Like he even foresaw the future or something. Even when they were in the plane, he was the calmest of everybody there. He was like, "Oh, Dante,
For me,
he'll get the damage. He'll do the demon trigger.
Right.
It's a matter of time." Like, how the fuck you know
for
that,
me,
bro?
it's
You played the game.
God shit. For me, what triggered that is how much he was talking about God.
He loves God, bro.
Yeah, but that's like if you play into the games, you find Nero later on, and they have like this whole cult that's like devoted to Sparta, but they consider him like God or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah, they do a little bit of that.
yes and no. It's not the same thing. But like they're very just like all about God or whatever.
Yeah.
And like they summon the savior and whatever the case is.
Do you think he's a demon who wants to kill hell?
Or just like somebody who's making himself a demon to fight other demons in the name of God. You know what I mean?
So kind of like how the rabbit was, like infusing the blood or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about the vice president was throwing me off, bro.
He's a
Like,
bad guy. He's a fucking.
I know
bad
he
guy.
was a bad guy, but just like the amount of knowledge this nigga knew, I was just like,
It sucks that we're gonna have to have somebody else voice him because Kevin Conroy passed away.
Right.
oh, for season 2.
Yeah.
I feel like it would make sense though, because obviously, like if that is the case, like he's probably gonna have like a transformation, bro. Most likely,
Bro, but when the fucking rabbit took his mask off, because the voice fit, because he's an elegant man, and he was talking kind of like Ultron in the Ultron movie. Like he's talking like, with this high and mighty air to him.
Right.
But then when he took the mask off, and he's a regular guy, and he still had that voice, it was kind of throwing me off, and I'm like,
It just didn't match.
Yeah.
he needed the rabbit face.
well, yes, and the monocle, because it kind of made sense. But you grew up with demons and aliens or
Where
whatever.
did you get this proper voice, bro?
Where'd you get this voice from, bro?
sounds like a lot of bias hate right
Well,
now.
so speaking of the voice acting, the voice of the vice president is Kevin Conroy. He does the voice of Batman, the original voice of Batman. So this is a posthumous role because he died in 2022. So this and like there's a few other stuff that's still out where his voice is.
Right.
And I do kind of want to do an episode for him. I just don't know. One, I don't know if you guys are gonna watch all his shit. We did how you did my boy Akira Toriyama.
We watched.
I mean, I watched.
We watched a couple of stuff, but I don't know if like he could hold an episode, Kevin Conroy. So I just kind of want to give him his flowers right now because he was good in this shit. And
Right.
Usually I listen or used to hearing
He only had
him
a
talk
few lines.
about Batman. He was talking a lot. The vice president. He was talking about-
vice president.
Yeah.
Okay.
the vice president is Kevin Conroy. Yeah, he was talking about
Okay.
religion, and I just liked his like whole vibe. Like he wasn't.
You
he's
like his whole vibe, bro.
I did kind of like his whole vibe. He's the
even
vice-
though he was an utter shit stain,
yeah, I
bro.
like that.
He was the real villain, bro.
I like that for it. Because he was the villain. He was the real villain.
He was
a better villain than that fucking rabbit.
That's true.
And that the reveal in that scene that he is a tragic character because
Of
he just
lady.
wanted like his immigrant demon alien families to have a nice life. They wanted to immigrate from the demon world because they can't breathe, and they killed all his people. He didn't even have like a girlfriend or like a mom or somebody that I could like even identify with.
No, just his family. Like he
That was his literal
fat
family, bro.
That's the people
I
we
don't
grew up with.
understand.
That's the people that
It was like a
You sound very
was trying to
biased
say.
right now.
like a community of people, though.
Yeah, but that's his people now.
He was saved by those people. That was his family, bro.
Saved by them.
Yes.
Literally.
He was
literally.
as soon as he entered the demon world, he got attacked.
Yes, bro.
If that one of those like low level demons didn't save him, he would have died. And that would have been his story right there.
You're letting so much hate wash over you. You can't even remember the shit that's right in front of you.
I remember, but it wasn't enough for me to justify any of his shit, bro.
I'm just saying.
I didn't even get it. I was like, if I was in your situation, bro, yeah, my neighbors died.
But what's crazy to me is that he managed to live there for so many years, breathing that fucking air. But as soon as Dante fucking crossed over, then they go,
I can't breathe. Yeah.
You couldn't fucking breathe. But then you're half demon.
Right.
How the fuck can you not breathe the own air that every other demon breathes?
I think it's a matter of like when. Because I think he went there like early doors and then he got like more accustomed to it since they were like more underground.
But it also could have been like the weather. Like,
right.
Because the people who lived there couldn't breathe and she died like a little girl.
But she got poisoned by the air.
Right.
Right.
So I think
the air is poisoning them. Well, the low level demons that can't.
So I think that's what happened is he was going in an area that's very smug,
high dense.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I think it really couldn't breathe. He had to hold his breath. Every time he kept going in there, he had to hold his breath.
Yeah.
I was like, but you're demon, bro. Transform.
He's also freshly new to his.
Is that trigger
demon-ness.
like hit or miss kind of thing? Because at points he was just like, I felt like he wanted to transform, but he couldn't get there. But like in
the show, it's kind of like the 8 gates kind of shit going on. You know what I mean? Like he could use it way more often than that, obviously, and he's not gonna die from it. He needs time to bring it back.
You could turn in between.
Yeah, so he needs time to get back to being able to use the shit. You know what I mean? Okay. Because there's different like levels. There's different levels.
His transformation, like not all the way full demon, like half demon.
Yeah, type shit.
I think he looked a lot cooler, bro.
As a demon?
Not transformed.
Not transformed?
Yeah, he looked kind of like
when he transformed, and then the episode came with the rabbit got Virgil's blood.
Yeah.
And the demon he got it from, I was like, bro, he looks too alike. I was like, is this Virgil?
I thought it was.
Because he even asked him, he was like, how did you get his blood?
Yeah.
Virgil. And then he was like, don't worry about it.
Right.
So that is also a whole thing. That's Nilo Angelo. And Nilo Angelo is Virgil. Because he got fucking trapped by Mundus, which is, the big bad or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, I don't really know how it's gonna all fit together. I know that the anime is like its own thing. Well, I mean, I call it anime. The show is like its own thing or whatever.
You call it anime,
but
televised show,
right? And I just want to see. That's why I want to see what they're gonna do with it. Because originally, what happens is Virgil tries to open the gate to hell first. He fails. Well, he gets tricked really by fucking Lady's dad. So, however that's going to go. And then he ends up staying behind in hell. And then Mundus ends up beating him like in combat or whatever. And that's how he's in his servant. So, I think it's more of like it seems like he chose it in the show.
Because I know he's jealous with Dante. He always thinks that Dante's mom likes him more than him. And
yeah,
I mean, I am looking forward to it. I do think we should do an episode on it, but
what? Season 2?
Season 2.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it because I like Virgil. And I would like this. The action was even like I was pissed, like in between all the episodes, but then they would just not save it because it did not save it. But it would like redeem it a little bit where I'm like, all right, cool action, dope action.
I can survive now.
Yeah, really. More stuff that I like. There's a scene where he takes Dante, he cuts these demons in half and he takes them and he makes them into boxing gloves and he boxes them with like, these big like Hulk hand gloves.
I hope they actually do some shit like that, bro, because there's just so much of that. Like none of the devil arms make it into the show as far as I've seen. Like he never keeps any of them. You know what I mean? Even though that's like a thing, like it's a signature thing of Devil May Cry. Like he has like an arsenal of weapons,
oh, right, kind of like a God of War
from souls of the major demons that he killed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different things that I think they might have put in the first set to just like build it up. You know what I mean? Because there's also a little tidbit of like when they're rounding up the devil hunters or whatever.
Yeah.
One of those devil hunters that they rounded up was one of the people from Devil May Cry 2.
Okay.
So I don't know. There's just a lot of different like options and opportunities. So I don't know if they did that on purpose with like the setup. Well, I mean, I hope so, right? But I don't know. We'll just have to see.
That was my last note.
Now, my final question.
Did not like this, bro.
My final question now. With this televised show on Netflix, having new people watching Devil May Cry, especially the people that haven't played the game or this new generation finally getting into Devil May Cry.
Okay.
Do you think they might release a new video game?
They could.
Because now you're getting a new fan base,
fresh life,
fresh fan base. Would they try to do or drop a video game?
I mean,
would you want it?
I know they have the
I'd want
HD collections, and
But it's on sale right now on PlayStation, by the way.
right, it's on sale. Use code Hyperbolic for 10% off. But
I still got somebody's probably gonna try that. It ain't fucking work. Gonna come for you.
Joke's on you. But they might do like Borderlands. Like Borderlands had that big movie and a big number 4. So like, you know,
yeah, the new game is coming out.
would you want to see a new Devil May Cry?
I always want to see a new Devil May Cry, bro.
Yeah.
But like a new, or could they
new.
do like a Devil May Cry?
I mean, well, they'd both do the same thing. You know what I mean? Because like, especially where the last game left off. I mean, I guess spoilers for whoever didn't play it, but like Dante and Virgil are down in fucking hell cutting the roots of this tree or whatever, and Nero is out here just fucking like protecting the world up top, and Lady and Trish are still fighting they're running Devil May Cry while Dante's not there. So like it's all still building on itself. So
I thought they were going to do that too. I thought they were going to name drop the Devil May Cry in this one.
too early.
Well, because at the end, like they were going to get together. They're like, oh yeah, let's like we'll be Lady and Dante, or no, it'll be Dante and Lady.
I mean, she does say the line.
Does she?
Yeah. That towards like the end, she's like, well, even devils may cry when like whatever the fuck she
Does
said.
she?
Oh, I didn't hear that
I
part.
didn't hear that either.
But I did hear the part when she was like Dante and Lady.
Yeah,
Lady
well,
and Dante.
so I thought that they were going to be like, yeah, we could do our own little, business or whatever, and then she was going to be like, let's call it Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't do that.
No, instead of that bitch just
Too soon, bro.
injected him,
Yeah.
froze his ass to death.
Yeah.
Well, that too, yeah.
Like
Like he
Rhino
literally got fucking like froze and
So overall,
Anything
you
else, guys?
giving it a human, right?
Give it a human, bro.
I'm gonna say grade 8.
I say grade 8, bro.
Grade
It's-
8?
it's-
You're not
yeah.
going to give it sand?
No, I'm not gonna give it a saying. It's
Damn,
not a masterpiece.
Did I talk it
but-
down?
No,
Sand doesn't
no.
mean masterpiece, bro. Sand means like a really good something.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not really good. It's not
Not
like
really.
I'll still choose to play the games or watch the show, but
Okay.
you know, like it's not shit.
It's not-
Like it's not wet dog in a paper bag, wet dog shit in a paper
It's demon
bag.
shit, bro.
The way you are saying it.
Is it better than Castlevania?
No,
No.
no. I mean, I can say that. I can say that pretty easy.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. Castlevania.
Not even Nocturne?
Better than Nocturna Part 1.
Okay.
Part 2 is where
Yeah.
it really
Right. That's what it takes. Off.
that's where it takes off. Part 2, no. Part 2 takes it.
Okay.
Part 1, Devil May Cry.
All right, well, there it is, folks.
Pretty much.
Switch to Verizon Business and get more from your internet without paying more for your internet. Get LTE Business Internet starting at $39 a month when paired with select business mobile plans. That's unlimited data, and with it, unlimited possibilities. Start saving today with Verizon Business, ranked #1 in small business internet customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Starting price for 25 megabits per second LTE internet plan with smartphone plan savings, plus taxes, fees, and economic adjustment charge. Terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Want to get into the last segment of the show,
Last segment.
Bam.
bro? If you guys don't do the fucking homework, you can't bring anything.
I mean,
I was just copying whatever Fred wrote down, bro.
Ready right down.
I don't write. I don't. And I'll tell you, I don't ever write down a goddamn thing.
You should
bro.
write down,
Never.
bro. You're not Jay-Z.
Never.
You don't-
You think I'm not Jay-Z?
You're not Lil Wayne, bro.
You're
You're
not
not
Lil
Lil Wayne.
You are.
Think.
Who was the rapper who?
Because Travis Scott never believed that shit until he saw it firsthand. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of,
Go ahead, bro.
what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're playing, bro. So
No. Say it again, bro. You need to say it with a lot of in your chat. We just talked about being
bring the energy, bro.
energy, bro.
all right, folks. Let's get ready for the last segment of the show, bro. What you're reading, what you're watching, what you're playing.
Let's start with Fred.
So, Fred,
Yeah,
Captain
I
Kilimanjaro, let the folks know what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're playing.
All right, let's have a look. See, so what am I? We're just gonna start off with reading, bro, because I ain't really reading shit. But I already said I read through
The
all
Journey of the West? You just said you were reading that last time.
I was reading that. Bro.
How's that
It's-
going?
He was saying
long,
he
bro.
ran through Corey Kenshin's.
Yes,
Oh.
bro.
Manga.
And
I had some news about that I was going to put in because he broke some records, but independent records.
yes, bro. And season 2 is already like in the mix. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking
You
forward
think he's
to
gonna
that.
stop fucking doing YouTube altogether or what?
No, he's putting out new videos now.
Yeah, but he took like a big hiatus. I
He
heard.
always does, bro. This is not new.
So you think he'll do it again then?
Probably. But he's got a lot of shit going on, you know what I mean? So
I would say if he does take a hiatus, then you would know he's working.
Yeah, right.
You're like, oh, he working on something.
Yeah, maybe anime for his manga
maybe. Only time will tell, you know what I'm saying?
and playing and watching.
But what am I watching? I was just watching I was just watching something. Oh my god, man. I was watching something in particular.
I know.
Writing it down is never going to help. Writing it down is never going to help.
I
bro,
knew
because
he was gonna say that shit.
if writing it down, I wouldn't have had to write it down if it meant that much. You know what I mean? And if I had to write it down, that means it's bullshit.
So what are you playing?
Fucking. Well, I'm actually playing this fucking game called South of Midnight.
Okay.
And it's super lit. It's like a stop motion game,
Mhm.
but it's like
Stop motion.
yeah, which is weird, right? But it actually translates super nice, and it's fucking
It's like claymation or
stop motion.
Okay.
But it's like a Louisiana type. It's like Louisiana fairy tales.
Okay.
Almost like a Princess and the Frog type vein, but like more mature, like more down to earth. It's like super lit. You know what I mean?
Those are something daring. Like
Black queen is the protagonist. You know what I'm saying? We love that. We gotta love that. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I also played a little bit of RoboCop.
Oh, on
Super
PlayStation
nice.
Plus. I didn't want to play it.
That shit is super good, bro.
Yeah, it's the free game.
Yeah,
I haven't
bro.
played it. I've seen the
That shit's super nice, bro.
Huh.
No,
What about you, Kid Lewis? What you reading? What you watching? What you playing?
Damn. I am reading nothing, bro. Let's just skip
That's
that part.
Skip it.
Just skip
Oh, what are
it.
you listening to?
Listening? Honest, one song I've been rocking with is that Jack Harlow and Doja Cat
Oh.
song.
Yeah.
really.
I watched the music video and then I've been listening to the song. It's just a vibe.
Okay.
I think Jack Harlow. I felt at one point he was gonna be a big thing, but he kind of
was.
He
wasn't.
He
Post
was
Malone
getting there.
big, but he's.
He was getting there. And I felt like he was trying to go under Drake's wing for a second. Like Drake was taking him under his wing, teaching him the ropes. But then after that, I don't know, he kind of fell off. But he's slowly picking himself back up.
Not as big as you can get it as being a rapper.
Would you consider him a rapper?
Do not get me started. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I don't really consider
Why? Because
him.
he's white.
Nah, he's not Eminem.
Go.
I feel like there's different types of rap, and I feel like his rap is pop rap.
But is
Drake is pop rap too,
But Drake is a rapper.
but pop rapper. But then there's Kendrick rap, like lyrical, like touch your soul, like you really got to think
So you don't
about
think
it.
Jack Harlow has a lot of emotional songs? I feel like he puts a lot of emotions in his shit.
He's very like Drake is pop rock. Like you listen to his verses, you'd be like, okay, like something like, oh, life is not like Sack and Cody, we ain't sweet or something.
The newer stuff that is coming out.
It's more
gonna
pop.
be more. No, it's
Oh, like rap.
Such a-
it's
Like
gonna
Logic
be more.
rap?
Yeah, like
I
that.
consider Logic a rapper, like a real rapper.
They're all rappers, bro.
No, a real rapper.
A real rapper?
Yes,
Okay.
Logic for sure.
They're all artists last.
No, there's different types of rap, but whatever. We can talk about this. We can talk about this a different time. But that's the song I've been vibing to because
Okay.
it's pop.
And playing and watching?
Playing. I actually haven't had a chance to play, man. I've been wanting to sit down and play Wukong. Haven't had a chance. And then when I do sit down and play a game, my girl wants to play It Takes Two.
Yeah. So
We have yet to beat it.
really? So we finally got to the monkey part.
The monkey. Yes.
So now
With
we're
the spaceship?
yeah.
Did you beat it?
No, not yet.
Oh, we whooped that monkey's ass.
No,
bro.
not yet.
I handed it to him, bro.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
we're,
loved it.
yeah, we're getting through it though.
You got to wait until you get to the elephant part.
That game kind of gives me a headache, bro.
Why?
Why?
It's too
You
many
gotta
movies-
work with
too
her.
many
It's just-
moving pieces.
Yeah, it's like trippy and you're like jumping through portals and shit. And
That's what I like about it.
I know,
bro.
I like it a lot. So I remember we were talking too about like, why do they give the girls the shooting parts always?
That's not on purpose, bro.
It is
Bro.
on purpose, bro.
She has like this power or whatever where she has the gravity boots.
Oh, she goes upside. You can
Yeah,
go
like-
upside down.
like
Yeah.
like in Rick and Morty, you got the grab boots or
Yeah.
whatever, and that's kind of whack to me. She loves it, but I get the size changing.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking dope, bro. I fucking love size changing. Like I like Ant-Man.
So you're at the part where you have to do like all 3 portals, right?
Yeah, we're on the last portal. We had to take a break because I'm like, bro, it's giving me a headache.
No, but I like it because you really got to figure it out. Like, because you gotta put attention to when you're supposed to grow, when you're supposed. And it was a part where I was like, okay, what the fuck do we do here? Like, do I grow? Do I shrink? I'm like, okay, wait, because I seen like a TikTok video about how we actually stop and like look at the whole picture to figure out how to solve the puzzle while your girl's literally like jumping from shit to shit. Like, why is this not working? Where are we supposed to go? That's how my girl is. She'll literally just run and just start trying to figure shit out. And I'm literally like scoping up the whole place, trying to figure like, oh, wait, there's like a little pulley system. There's something here.
Everything in the game has a purpose. They don't.
Yes.
They rarely just like throw like 2 balls or whatever together
for no reason.
For no reason.
It all has.
You're
a
gonna have to knock them together or something.
So for gaming, yeah, pretty much right now is kind of dry.
Okay, and playing or watching.
Watching. So I just got done watching the last episode of The Pit.
Okay, you were talking about it last time.
Yes, last episode just episode 15. Which is funny because I thought it was 12 episodes. I thought it was 12, but I guess they're doctors, so they don't do 12. They do 15-hour shifts.
Okay. Did you say the 12-hour shift thing, or is that just like
I said the 12 because I thought it was going to be 12.
Nurses, right?
Okay.
No, they're nurses there. Like they're like side characters, but like the main characters are doctors.
Oh, okay.
So they do 15-hour shifts.
Is that like the shift change though? Like do nurses do 12 and then
the last episode was literally the shift change. Night shift was coming on, day shift was leaving.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
It was cool, bro. I know that the show is fucking good. You should watch it, bro. You should watch it. Like,
I think that my girl would like it too.
And there's like episodes where like there was an episode that had my blood boiling.
Really?
And it's about vaccinations and how some people don't believe in it because supposedly it causes autism,
right?
Or whatever. And it supposedly was proven that vaccinations can cause autism, whatever the fuck it is. And the episode,
I'd rather have autism than measles, bro. I'll tell you that. Go ahead.
You rather have measles because that can be cured than autism.
Whatever.
But whatever, bro. I'm just pointing out the facts because you're on that side of the party.
I already have autism.
You can't cure autism, bro.
You can't cure autism, but you can cure
autism, bro. Give me a video game. I'll cure my autism, bro. I play on Minecraft.
But anyway, so the episode was that there was an outbreak of measles and one child had it, but her body like got rid of it naturally. And it, but the second child got it hard and he went into a respiratory arrest and they had to intubate him and everything. And they basically said like, he has the measles. And then the mom was like, oh, we never vaccinated because we don't believe in that. So the dad was like, yeah, I think the dad believes in vaccination, but he was just going off what the mom was saying. You know what I mean? Like, okay, whatever, we'll do what you want.
Yeah.
But they were saying like, if the measles gets into your spine, that could travel up to your brain and you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yes. And the only way to find out if it's in your spine, we have to do a spinal tap,
which is still a shot.
Which is, you know what I mean? So
is it?
So the mom was saying
it's not one of those autism shots.
No.
No.
It's just to drain the spinal fluid. You know, it's not. You're not injecting anything in there.
It's not a Goku situation.
No, bro. We're not trying to make superhumans.
Right.
This ain't Captain America, bro. So what ended up happening was the mom didn't want to do the spinal tap because she had researched it and it said that it can cause paralysis. And the doctor was like, yeah, there is no cases of that ever happening. Maybe in the beginning, like a long time ago, but we've been doing spinal tap for years, like decades now.
Right.
That whole theory of you're going to be paralyzed if we fuck up, it's not going to happen. We have like mad fucking resources. The technology is there, like it's not going to happen. But we need to figure this out because the only way to fix that is to pump steroids. But if you don't have measles in your spine, then there is no reason for us to pump steroids because the steroids would then fuck up the breathing, which he's already had fucked up breathing.
Okay.
So the mom just kept insisting and the doctor kept telling her like, look, if we don't do this, your son will die. Like, and she was like, oh no, he looks like he's getting better. Madam, there's a tube down your son's throat. He's not getting better. And it just kept going back and forth. The doctor was pissed. Yeah, basically saying like, if you're going to just Google shit,
right?
Then why are you here? Then you treat him.
My medical opinion.
Then you treat him.
Bro, my girl gets like that all the time.
Then you fucking treat him. Take him home. Treat him.
Yeah.
Since you know everything, go ahead and treat him. And then he did like the most asshole thing, right? Because he takes the dad to a side of the hospital, and that's where they keep all the dead bodies. They just had a mass shooting. It was crazy. This show was crazy, bro.
It's crazy in the pit, bro.
It's the pit. Anything goes, right? So they just had a mass shooting. So they had casualties, whatever. So he takes the dad to see the bodies. He's like, your son could literally be in this room.
Damn.
And the dad was like, you're a fucking asshole. You know that, right? And walks out. And then he tells the doctor, do the spinal tap. And he tells his wife to get his kid something to eat. So when they're doing the spinal tap, the wife comes in and she's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's kind
Blah,
of
blah, blah, blah. And the dad was like, I told him to do it.
Bro.
And she was like, you better take that needle off my son's spine. And I'm going to have him transferred to a different hospital. And they were like, that was the only way to figure it out. Like, so going back to this, bro, let the medical people do what the medical people do. Like, that's why they go to school for years and decades and they practice and practice. Like, that is a reason why. Like, don't let Google Chat GPT tell you otherwise.
Right.
Like, you will be the most annoying person in that fucking hospital or patient in that hospital. Like, it's cool for you to do your own research and find out and you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if the doctor's telling you like, hey, we've done this many times, it's safe. Nothing's going to happen. Like, you're good. The doctor's reassuring you, let the doctor do what they're supposed to do. Because if you're, at the end of the day, if you think Chat GPT is going to make you a fucking doctor, then cure yourself, bro. Cure yourself.
Whoa.
Cure yourself.
Cure
bro.
yourself.
Cure.
Because cure yourself.
Cure yourself with a C.
Fucking that measles shit is happening right now too.
Yeah, there's an outbreak because parents don't want to vaccinate their kids. They believe of autism.
You know where it's happening? In fucking Texas.
I've been watching ReZero, Starting Life in Another World.
Oh, yeah.
The Prophecy of the Throne.
Yeah. You like it or what?
I seen it when it first came out. I'm just rewatching it again for the second time.
No.
I now I figured out why I dropped it the first time.
Oh, really?
Because it's been such a long time, bro. It's good, but it's slow. Like the first couple of episodes, it's really slow. You know, he's reincarnated into a new world.
Yeah.
You don't know his powers until he dies, and then you figure out that he just basically revives himself from the very beginning of where he started.
Okay.
And then he has to figure out like why he keeps dying, why he keeps encountering these people. And eventually, as he figures this out, he manages to like keep continuing. But I don't know, man. It's just like the whole starting all over again and him trying to figure it out. You're like, brother,
slow pace.
It's very slow pace. It's good when it gets to it, but then it's like, because like it feels like a mission. It's like, okay, the beginning of the mission, he figured it out. Cool. Now he goes on to the next step. Then he's trying to figure out why he keeps dying on this step and how he manages to move forward from the dying part onto the next third step, I guess. You know, and then you find out that it's all done by a crazy witch that I guess, I don't know, there's a purpose to why he keeps dying. He has to figure it out.
Yeah.
I just gave up, man.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
Ari,
man.
0.
Sorry. How about you, Xavier? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing?
So reading, watching, and playing, bro. So we took a trip recently to Colorado. So I took some books on the plane. I reread the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's just nice, bro. That's just pretty nice. So I reread that, and something that I've been reading on and off like for a while, and I keep forgetting to bring it to here because I don't write it down, is Made to Skate. It's this manga about this maid. She's like she's not a lazy maid, but she's like a goofy, like clumsy kind of maid or whatever. And she's like the weakest maid, and she lives in this house of maids, but she just loves to skate. And like skateboard. So she does like these tricks just to go get groceries, and she'll like go skate to the grocery store and skate back. And it's just kind of cool. It's just like, I don't know. I had saw it and I saw it like on a cover and I was like, I want to read that. And I got hooked. Okay. So I've been reading it on and off, but I can't read it on my Shonen Jump Plus app. I can only read it like when I'm on the computer. So that's why I don't read it as often.
Gotcha.
And that's also why I forget, because I'm like, every time I sit down to write the episode, I'm like, let me just go to the Shonen Jump Plus app and see what I've been reading. And it's not on there. But so I've been reading that. I was playing Pokemon Snap 2.
How was it?
I kind of like it a lot, bro. I'm like obsessed with taking pictures now. I think I'm a photographer. I took, we have the photos of my son modeling the shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, with the camera, bro. I'm just out there like, we went to a baseball game recently and I was like, should I bring my camera?
Because when I asked him about this picture, he's like, yeah.
He's just a teenager. He looks like that with all.
He made me do it. He made me post with these goddamn pictures.
He'll be eating ice cream. You're like, how's that ice cream? He's like, it's all right, I guess.
We were all teenagers at one point, bro.
Yeah, I think maybe not. So,
you're just old as fuck the whole time.
I think so. And then the last for watching for family movie night, we watched Sonic 2. So now we're going to go to see Sonic 3. Bro, Sonic 2 is funny as fuck, bro.
Yeah?
Really?
That is like the Spider-Man 2 to Sonic 1. I liked it a lot. You asked my son. He says I was laughing a little bit too loud, but that Jim Carrey, man, that shit had me fucking dying.
No, Jim Carrey's pretty good.
It made me want to watch The Mask and like Ace Ventura and all his stuff. He does like this scene. I can't even like recreate it, bro.
You know what's funny though? I've heard like in an interview that he doesn't like repeating the same characters.
He doesn't.
That's why like the Ace Ventura, he did couple, but he was like, that's it, bro.
Right.
I can't continue to do the same character.
Yeah. It took him a while to do the next Dumber and Dumber, and he didn't want to do another Mask. He didn't want to do Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
But they want to continue his movies. So that's why they made Evan Almighty. Well, they made some of them. That's why they did Dumb and Dumber without him before he came back for it, I think. So, but he loves that Sonic character, or he loves Eggman, and he's so great in it. He's like amazing in that role.
I say Idris Elba was kind of throwing me off. That's why I didn't watch it. But
so the movie is kind of, I don't want to say cringe, but it is kind of like kiddish. So you do kind of have
it is for kids.
but you have to give it that grace. But you know how some movie like a Shrek is for kids, but they don't talk down to you. They kind of like keep you at the eye level. Where this one kind of does have some jokes that are kind of like,
yeah.
But it's Sonic fast.
right.
But the dialogue and like
Gotta
everything is like
Gotta go
fast. Like they
fast,
do a
fast,
cringe
and
joke
faster.
and it doesn't linger. Like I felt like, some stuff. So that's all I got.
Oh, so that's all you're watching? Just
Yeah,
Sonic.
watching. Yeah, Sonic. Tomorrow, actually going to watch Sonic 3.
Okay.
So, and then after that, I don't know. Maybe Jim Carrey movies. My dad gave me a bunch of movies to watch with twist endings. He didn't give me the endings, but like watch these if you want to.
A little twist,
Yeah.
twist and turn.
That's what he likes.
Feel it.
That's what my dad likes.
Any good horror movies? I saw there's one of like a
Watch
spaceship.
Watch Nosferatu 2. Watch Hard Eyes.
Yeah, I watched Nosferatu with your girl, bro.
Watch Nosferatu 2 with your girl.
No, I don't
bro.
think she wants to watch a fucking 2.5 hour movie, bro.
That movie was long. The movie was mad long.
I'm not gonna do that.
As
Hard
soon as-
Eyes is long past,
As soon
bro.
as she sees vampire dick, bro, that's she's a prep rapper.
She's lost to you, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, if you know, you know.
She'll be like, Nosferatu. She's like, hold on, Lewis. How often do you dock your dick, bro?
You saw that joke?
Oh my god!
I
man.
dock it all the time, bro.
Right?
You know
When I
what
get
I'm
home, docked.
In 4K.
In 4K. Oh man,
I love it.
But that's the show, bro.
that's the show. That's the norm.
Yeah.
Anyways, follow us normies on our social media: IG, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. We're gonna be posting more. I know we've been kind of slacking a little bit with the posts.
But we have like a wave of
But
shorts
we
that we're
have a
posting.
lot of content coming to you guys pretty soon. And a lot of future content. Like we got a lot of shit lined up, man. That I feel like that con that we did, keep an eye out. Maybe if you already hear this episode, the vlog should be out for the con that we did. Definitely. So that con definitely opened up like way more doors for us. So we definitely have more future guests coming up.
So shout out to you, Charlie. Thanks for having us, Charlie Con. See us at the next one. We'll be at the Anime Con.
Anime Con. When is it?
May 25th.
Yes, sir. What time? I
10
think it's 10 to 5. 10 to 5. 10 to 5. We're at
Bell Tower. Gulf
The
Coast.
double chori.
Maya's Little
my.
Pakistan.
Little Pakistan, bro. My friend hates it when I call it that.
Oh, man. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the bottom. I gotta keep Xavier on top of the comments, bro. You need to start writing back to these folks,
Sometimes
bro.
I can't write to them, bro. Sometimes
What?
I can't. I don't know what to say. What am I gonna do?
Right.
You
Send it to Fred.
Yeah, Fred, you got the right.
Oh, man.
Send it to Fred.
If they get on you,
Get
I'm gonna need you to defend you.
That's fine. Just let me know.
So, we'll shout it out. We'll shout it out.
We'll
We'll
shout it
definitely send it on the group chat. Be like, Fred, what do you want us to write on this one?
Yeah, really.
But that's it, man. That is the show. This is the norm, and we are the #1 anime podcast, and we will strive to stay #1 at all times. And if you have a problem with that, come talk to us.
Hey, what's up? You know
Come
where to
talk
find
to
us?
us. You know where to find us.
Yeah.
You know where to find us. Other lame ass anime podcasts.
Okay,
Rat bastards.
Let's do a collab.
Oh, we doing? Well, yeah, we do collabs, bro. But only with the ones we fuck with.
Only
bro.
with the ones we fuck with, bro. Collab episodes coming soon too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyways, we is out. And like we say at the end of every episode,
Tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
deuces.
Cheese.